And you can do a lot if you have the whole FBI looking at things in 1 week.
Judge Kavanaugh says he'll continue to cooperate. The State Department says the consulate in the Iraqi city of Basra has been evacuated after attacks blamed on Iran-backed militias. Facebook says nearly 50 million users had their information exposed in a security breach. The company says it doesn't know who's behind the attack, but stolen information includes names and hometown. A North Dakota man's been acquitted of helping to kill a pregnant neighbor by tightening a rope around the woman's neck after his girlfriend cut a baby from her womb. He admitted to helping his girlfriend cover up the crime, but denied knowing about the murder in advance. This is ABC News.
My lawn's been worn out by summer, not to mention by my kids.
This year, use Scott's in the fall. Just one more feeding gives your grass the nourishment it needs to recover from the wear and tear of summer, while also building resilient roots to help prevent a weak, thin lawn next spring.
This fall, my kids and my grass are back out to play.
This is a Scott's Yard. Now's the time to feed your lawn. Pick up a bag of Scott's Winter Guard today.
You started a DIY project at home. Then you realize convenience isn't always easy. The why in DIY doesn't mean, why is this so hard? At ADT, we DIFY, do it for you. We customize and install a secure smart home that you control from the palm of your hand or the sound of your voice. Smart security, designed and installed just for you with ADT. Visit ADT.com/smart to learn more. License information available at ADT.com. ADT, real protection.
Christine Blasey Ford's testimony brought up painful memories for many women, including from 83-year-old New Jersey State Senator Loretta Weinberg. She posted,
excitement about seeing her son playing in a freshman football game turned to horror for Jennifer Gallagher when an opposing player jumped on...
Good evening, I'm Sam White, and at KOFO News this hour. The statewide silver alert has been canceled. 91-year-old Velma Anthony was safely located in rural Kiowa County, willing to help those in need, including law enforcement. The Miami County Extension Office is mad about ag. That's the theme for their annual Ag Day this year for the Miami County fourth graders. The event will bring all fourth graders in the county schools to the Paola Fairgrounds for demonstrations on a variety of ag-related issues. The Miami County Extension agent Caitlin Barthol says a surprising number of kids don't know where their food comes from, and one of her favorite demonstrations is from the Southwest Dairy Trailer that shows kids how to milk a cow.
It's really, really cool to see their faces, to watch their faces when they're seeing this dairy cow get milked, and they're like, oh my gosh, that's where our milk comes from. That's where our chocolate milk comes from, and butter, and all the dairy products. It is really fun to watch their faces and them put two to two together, and it's like, no, it's not from the grocery store. There's actually a whole step and process before that.
The Mad 4 Ag Day will be held on Tuesday from 9 in the morning until 2 in the afternoon at the Miami County Fairgrounds in Paola, and features demonstrations on farm safety, 4-H livestock projects, and much, much more. Your exclusive KOFO Weather Center forecast tonight. A 70% chance of showers before 10 this evening for all your football games. Then a chance of showers and thunderstorms after 10. Overcast with a low of 47. Kick off your weekend tomorrow. 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms before 10 tomorrow morning. Then a chance of showers between 10 and 1 tomorrow afternoon. Overcast with a high of 69. Tomorrow night, overcast, a low of 61. Sunday, partly sunny, the high 82. And the end of your weekend, Sunday night, partly clear, with a low of 65. 64 in both Paola and in Williamsburg. And over at the Ottawa Municipal Airport, winds are out of the northeast at 10 with gusts up to 18. Relative humidity of 56%. Barometric pressure continues to rise at 30.18 inches of mercury. It's overcast and 64. I'm Sam White, KOFO News.
Well, hello again, everybody. It's your old friend Bob Johnson getting you ready for another Friday night of high school football action. It is week 5, and wow, this season has gone by so quick. It really has, as we head into week 5, and it's not too long before we start seeing some sub-state action for the local teams. Some of the lower districts are already into sub-state play, and the higher ones will start getting there here in the next week or two, and we will continue to get you all the information you need heading into a high school Friday night type of atmosphere, and that is what we will bring you here this evening with the Friday Night Lights show on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO and KOFO.com. And a lot to get to here this evening. We're going to check in with Gary Bateman and Luke Queen here in just a little bit to kind of give you a little snipping, a little appetizer to whet your palate for tonight's games that we'll be covering on the air and on the internet for you. Plus, we'll also run down the schedule of area games and kind of give you a little bit of information on some of those as we get close to kickoff, which will be near the top of the hour at 7 o'clock at all locations. We'll also get you tonight's weather, and we're going to hear from area coaches from Anderson County and Baldwin this week about this week's matchups. So a lot to get to here this evening on the Friday Night Lights show, and so let's get to it right now. Let's get you started with the rundown of games this evening. And first of all, in tonight's action here on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO, as it always has, we will feature Ottawa High School. They will be on the road against Bonner Springs. Ottawa High at 0-4 coming in on the year and looking to try to get that first victory of the season. And it has been a tough road to hoe so far. And Ottawa High having to go on the road to take on a Bonner Springs team that is 1-3. Now, this is the first time these two teams have met since 2001. So it's been a while since these two teams have played. Now each team in the same high school football league. So should be an interesting contest as they both have had their struggles so far. As we mentioned, Ottawa High looking for their first win of the year. Bonner Springs has lost their last 3 games, and they're looking for their first win since the September 7th victory over Eudora. So it's been a while for Bonner Springs to see the winning side of the column, the same for Ottawa High. And we'll see what happens this evening with the Cyclones on the road. Again, Gary Bateman will have the call for that game, and we will join him with the Superstands cleaning service. Rob Hedrick pregame show at right around 6:40, and that'll be here on the Mothership, 1220, 103.7 FM KOFO. There will also be a link for the audio on KOFO.com. Our KOFO High School Football Game of the Week features Northern Heights traveling over to Linden. Northern Heights at 1-3 on the season. Linden right now at a surprising 2-2. The Northern Heights team picked up their first win of the season last week over Yates Center, 40-8. While Linden High School has snapped a 2-game losing streak last week with the victory over Uniontown, 42-14. Tonight is also homecoming for the Tigers, so a lot to play for them. And we'll have that game for you with Luke Queen exclusively on KOFO.com. Linden looking to try to pick up some momentum as the Tigers keep pushing towards state playoffs. At least they hope for state playoff action. And right now, I think if most people thought that if you said Linden would be 2-2 on the season, they would probably not believe you. But 2 losses for the Tigers, one to Osage City and one to West Franklin, in which West Franklin's first victory over Linden, I believe, if I remember correctly, in over a decade. So the Tigers now trying to put some momentum together as we begin to head into the stretch run of the high school football season. So those are the 2 games that we'll have for you on the air and on the internet. Other action that we will keep track of for you this evening includes Anderson County. They'll be on the road at Girard. The Bulldogs are 1-3 on the year. Girard is at 2-2. Anderson County picked up their first win with their victory last week over Iola, 42-6. While Girard lost last week to Burlington, 34-12. So these 2 teams coming off of a down week, trying to get Anderson County on a a good week, if you excuse me on that one. They want to try to continue their momentum, while Girard wants to look to pick up and get back into the winning column. And these two teams met last year with Girard. In Girard, then Girard won that one 12-8. Anderson County has lost their last 4 meetings with Girard, so a little bit of a precedent here for Girard in tonight's game, looking to try to make it 5 in a row. Anderson County picking up their first win. You've got to wonder if maybe they've got some momentum, got a little bit of confidence there to help them in tonight's game against Girard. Other action, Baldwin is going to be at Paola. Paola has been a buzzsaw so far this year, 4-0, and they have just been mowing down their opponents. While the Bulldogs are 2-2 on the year in Baldwin. Baldwin snapped a 2-game losing streak last week by beating Eudora 28-6. The Panthers' perfect start continued after they walloped Spring Hill 35-0 last week. Last year's meeting saw Paola beat Baldwin 34-14, and it has been 3 games in a row that Baldwin have lost to Paola, with the last victory coming during the 2014 season with a 20-14 overtime victory with the Bulldogs over the Panthers. So Baldwin themselves looking to try to get a win against a very stout, very strong Paola team, and one has to imagine that being a top-ranked team in 4A, but Paola looking like that they should have an easy time running through some sub-state action. Santa Fe Trail will host Perry Lecompton this evening. The Chargers are 2-2, Perry Lecompton at 3-1. This is going to be the first meeting between these two teams since 2013. Perry Lecompton won that game 28-20. And so this should be a fun matchup. Neither team has played each other in 5 years, so not all you have to go on is some film. So we'll see how this one plays out. Santa Fe Trail lost last week to Hayden 28-6. And Perry Lecompton comes into this week's game after a win over Wellsville 52-18. So Perry Lecompton with a little bit of momentum on their side, and Santa Fe Trail looking to try to shake off the bad taste from last week's loss, but will have a hard time against a good Perry Lecompton side. Osage City will host Oskaloosa tonight. Osage City has started their season at 4-0, an impressive start for them. Iola really struggling to get off the blocks there at 0-4 on the year. And Osage City picked up a victory last week by beating West Franklin 42-27, and Oskaloosa lost to Central Heights 30-6. Last week. So that should be a game that, Oskaloosa wants to try to get some things going in a positive manner, but they're going to have a tough time tonight against an Osage City squad that finds themselves perfect on the year. In a battle between two teams looking for their first victory of the year, Osawatomie at 0-4 is hosting Iola, who is at 0-4. Good thing is this game can't end in a tie, unless they run into a curfew or both teams just wear themselves out. But someone should pick up their first victory here this evening, as Osawatomie comes into this week's game after being thoroughly beaten by Prairie View 55-6. Iola lost last week to Anderson County 42-6. So somebody is going to pick up their first victory tonight, and it should be an interesting matchup to see who it's going to be. I mean, when you have two teams who struggle like that, it adds to some interesting football being played, and it doesn't take much for either way for something good, positive to happen, to maybe see a team pick up and get some momentum in a ball game. Wellsville is going to be at Bishop Ward tonight. The Eagles at 2-2. Bishop Ward is at 0-4. And after 2 straight wins to start the season, Wellsville has lost their last 2 games, including that loss last week to Perry Lecompton 52-18. Bishop Ward's just looking for something positive right now. They were on the losing side of the ledger last week, and they've lost 4 in a row, including that 55-0 loss to Jefferson West last week. West Franklin will be at McLouth. The Falcons' 2-game winning streak was snapped last week with a loss to Osage City 42-27. McLouth has lost their last 2 contests, including a 56-6 whipping that Silver Lake laid on them last week. West Franklin at 2-2, McLouth at 1-3, and the Falcons looking to try to get some momentum and continue their push towards sub-state play. Other games will bring some scores for you. Meridazine Valley 0-4 will take on Rural Vista, also at 0-4. So somebody there has to pick up their first win. A perfect Lewisburg team at 4-0 will take on Eudora, who is perfect but not in the way you want to be, at 0-4. Waverly's 3-1. They'll take on Center, who is also at 3-1. That should be a fantastic contest. Colony Crest is at 0-4, taking on Marmonton Valley, who is also 0-4. So somebody again there will pick up their first victory. And then Spring Hill at 2-2 will be at DeSoto, who is perfect 4-0 on the year. So that's the list of games that we're going to keep an eye out for you here tonight and bring you updates on scores throughout the evening. Also to keep in mind, you can go to the KOFO sports page at KOFO.com and you'll be able to see those scores after the night's action is over for your viewing pleasure. It's time now to take a look at tonight's forecast for tonight's football games, and the weather forecast is brought to you by Reese Nichols.
Depend on Reese Nichols Town & Country for all of your realty needs. Call 785-242-3182 and take the first step towards selling or buying your home.
We'll take a look at the game with Ottawa High in Bonner Springs tonight. Right now, 60 degrees, 16 degrees Celsius for our Canadian fans. Humidity's at 46%. Wind is out of the northeast at 13 miles per hour. Could play a little bit of a role in the passing or kicking game, so that'll be something to keep an eye on. There is a slight chance of showers, but showers will likely mainly be after 2 in the morning, so well after this game is finished up. But there is a 30% chance it'll be growing as the evening goes on. And again, the wind 8 to 13 miles per hour, gusts as high as 18, and so that'll be you can see maybe weather, especially on the wind side, playing a role in that contest. Over in Linden for tonight's game, it is 59 degrees, 51% humidity. The wind is blowing out of the north at 12, gusting to 23 miles per hour. And there is a 70% chance of showers. It's a chance before 10 o'clock. And then it gets better after 10 o'clock with a chance of showers and thunderstorms between 10 and midnight. So this game should be wrapped up. But there is a chance you could see a sprinkle there. It'll be overcast. Northeast wind 10 to 15 miles per hour with gusts as high as 25. So again, wind will be an issue in that ball game when it comes to the kicking game and maybe even to the passing game. And as we take a quick look at radar right now, there seems to be maybe some spotty showers out around, and nothing may be hitting the ground, but we'll definitely get a check over in the Linden area when we talk to Luke Queen here in just a little bit. So there are little showers out there, but some of that precipitation may not be hitting the ground. That's a look at tonight's weather. We want to say thanks to Reese Nichols, and we're going to take our first break of the evening. When we come back, we're going to get you a little bit of taste of tonight's action and what to expect. But first, a break. You're listening to the Friday Night Lights Show here on 1220, 103.7 FM KOFO and KOFO.com.
Even though school has already started, getting your child's school physical is still possible at Ottawa Care Clinic. Now open 7 days a week inside Cosentino's Prize Chopper, 120 East 19th. No appointment is necessary, and a staff of experienced and caring registered nurse practitioners is waiting to help you. Remember, bring your physical form, proof of insurance, or $50. Most insurances are accepted. Ottawa Care Clinic open 7 days a week, Monday through Friday, 11 till 7, Saturdays 9 till 4, Sundays 9 till 3.
Okay. We've heard you. This is Bob from Leon's at 429 South Main in historic downtown Ottawa. We're going retro. What's old is new. Classic favorites like the Super Cheese Burrito, Enchilada Special, fajitas, chimichangas, and more are back. Don't forget, we still have chips and cheese. Ottawa's perfect blend of home-style eats and Mexican treats. Come see us for lunch or dinner, Monday through Saturday. Dine in or carry out. We also have great daily specials. Leon's, a family tradition since 1982.
When you're hiring, you don't want to waste time sorting through dozens of irrelevant resumes. You want an efficient way to get to your short list of qualified candidates. That's why you need Indeed.com. Post a job in minutes. Set up screener questions based on your job requirements. Then, zero in on qualified candidates using an intuitive online dashboard. Discover why 3 million businesses use Indeed for hiring. Post a job today at Indeed.com/hire. That's Indeed.com/hire.
Trojan man, answering questions from every sex, having human. He leads us like an erotic GPS, navigating us to better sex. Don't be embarrassed, don't be shy. Trojan man's always here to reply.
It's a big, sexy world. Trojan condoms. Explore with confidence.
Back here on the Friday Night Lights preview show, I'm Bob Johnson, and it's time now to head out to Bonner Springs, and we'll talk with Gary Bateman as he'll have the call with Ottawa High taking on Bonner Springs. Gary, welcome into Friday Night Lights.
All right, Bob, always glad to be with you.
And should be a fun game tonight. You've got Ottawa looking to pick up their first win of the year. Bonner Springs has had their struggles. So right now for Ottawa to come away with a victory, over Bonner, what's it going to take?
Well, I think they have got to make a statement early if they possibly can. Let's get on the board early. They have played from behind the entire season, and you just don't, of course, win football games that way. Bonner Springs had the one really good game. That was against Eudora in week 2. Besides that, they lost big to Paola in the first week of the season, and then a couple of really disappointing games for the Braves as they got beat late by Spring Hill, and then last week Tonganoxie came back and beat them late. So what Rob Hedrick is hoping for is that that will start having an effect on the psyche, but it is homecoming here this year at Bonner Springs, so you can expect the Braves to be up for this one.
You talk about some of those losses, and of course that mentally does wear on a team, and sometimes coaches do and don't want to admit it. Just depends on how honest that the coach wants to be. But do you feel like that Ottawa High's offense, which has seen its struggles this year, can maybe find some traction against this Bonner Springs team?
Well, Bob, I thought they played much better offensively last week. Now, the score certainly wouldn't indicate that, but they had some nice reads against the Chanute defense, opened up the short passing game a little bit, and I think they believe that they can do some of those things here tonight as well. Now, on the defensive side, I think the Cyclones are going to want to stop the Braves from running the football, make them try to beat them with the pass. And, on a night like tonight, the wind is really howling here at Bonner Springs, and it's kind of a crosswind. So it will have an effect on balls thrown. And so, you try to go down the field with your passing game, and that could be a bit of a struggle here this evening.
And we talked a little bit about the weather before we came here, and there's a slight chance of showers. But as you mentioned, in that the wind is going to possibly play a role. But the other thing is it's kind of, with it being cool out and a little bit of humidity, that ball might be a little bit slick as the game goes on. So turnovers could be a key.
That's true, Bob. It is damp out here. There's moisture in the air, but no rain at this point in time. As far as the field is concerned, it's an artificial surface, so that should not have an effect. But if we do start getting some rain, even if it's just like a drizzle or something like that, it can have an effect on throwing the football. And once again, anybody that's going to pass here this evening, probably the short passing game is going to be the more optimal way to go.
Short passes, but also, as you mentioned, success early for Ottawa High. But I think, the offense has got to have some sustained drives and keep that defense off the field for a little bit and let them rest. Would you agree?
Yes, I'd agree with that. And last week, actually, the Cyclones did a pretty good job of that. Their one touchdown came on a drive of over 75 yards. They had another drive that ended with a fumble in the end zone. It was just too many turnovers, too many mistakes for the Cyclones last week. They turned it over 3 times they failed to recover 2 pooch kicks. So when you think about it, that's 5 times they gave the ball back to Chanute. Far too many. They've got to cut down on that.
All right, Gary, thanks for joining us. We will talk to you here, or actually you'll take over the airwaves here on the mothership and 103.7 FM KOFO at around 6:40. Have a good call tonight.
Thank you, Bob.
That's Gary Bateman in Bonner Springs. And now let's head over to Linden and talk with Luke Queen. And Luke, welcome into Friday Night Lights.
Hey, Bob, how are you this evening?
I am doing fantastic. If I was any better, they'd have to put me down.
Well, let's not get any better then.
So this is going to be an interesting contest. Same with Gary. The wind's going to be blowing a little bit. There's a chance of rain. It's a little damp out. So weather is going to play a little bit of a role tonight, won't it?
Oh, I think so, especially here, this, nice complex here at Jones Park at Linden kind of sits up a little bit, so the wind will definitely play a factor. And it's a chilly one up here, too, so, we'll see. Kind of first really chilly ball game of the season for these teams, so we'll see how they adapt to it.
And of course, Linden right now at 2-2 on the year. I'm not sure that people would have believed that record coming at the beginning of the year. But now, they've got to kind of get themselves going as time's starting to run out with the regular season as we start getting to sub-state and to the state.
Absolutely, it's getting down to the district play began last week, so all these games really will affect the seeding. Linden coming into this season, I mean, they've only got a couple seniors even on the roster, so a very young team this year. So really kind of going through a little bit of a rebuilding process up here, but got some good talent in those younger classes, and I think that they'll be back before you know it.
Well, and that is a good point. One of the things about Linden is they're more of a reload than a rebuild side, but when you take a look back at their last 2 losses, what was the key in those ball games that led to the defeat?
Well, I think with both Osage City and West Franklin, 2 different styles of teams, absolutely. Osage City kind of spreads people out and uses their athleticism to get wide and create some mismatches. And West Franklin really just kind of grind you out and uses a little bit of size and some downhill running. Both of those games, a little bit different styles, but also very veteran-led teams. So, that veteran leadership probably was a big key for victories in both those contests.
What can you tell us about Northern Heights coming into this one?
Northern Heights, 1-3 on the season. Started out 0-3. Didn't put any points on the board in the first 3 games. They're also a young team. They like to kind of keep the field spread and see if they can create some lanes in their running and passing game that way. But last week they got on the board, and they got on the board a lot as they defeated Yates Center last week 40-8 to get that first victory. So they've tasted victory, and they're probably looking for a little bit more.
All right, Luke, have a good call tonight. Thanks for joining us for Friday Night Lights.
Thanks for having me, Bob.
All right, Luke Queen in Linden as we get ready for tonight's game between Linden and Northern Heights, which you'll hear on KOFO.com. Again, we'll be joining both pregames for the Ottawa High game and the Linden game at around 6:40. We'll split and have Ottawa High here on the radio, and then the KOFO High School Football Game of the Week will be exclusively on KOFO.com. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to hear from Anderson County and Baldwin High coaches as they get ready for their games this evening, and then we'll wrap this one up and get you ready for Friday night football action. But you're listening to Friday Night Lights on 1220, 103.7 FM KOFO, and on KOFO.com.
Filling an opening at your company means more than just finding an employee. You're looking for a fit. A match. Robert Half understands that. We know you need someone who can do the work, someone who complements your culture. And of course, you need that someone fast. When it all comes together, it makes for a perfect fit. Satisfaction guaranteed. Robert Half, the matching experts in accounting, finance, IT, legal, marketing, and administrative staffing. Visit roberthalf.com/radio for more information.
It's the little things, like finding $20 in the wash. Woo! Jackpot! Or knowing where to go for all the newest styles and best deals in town. Goodies, of course. And don't forget to visit us online for incredible sales, our newest markdowns on clearance, more extended sizes, and even more choices. Best of all, check out today's deals online for daily coupons and offers. Fresh styles, big savings, and fun perks every day. Goodies. Little things mean everything. Goodies is part of our Stage family. Offer exclusions apply.
When you're hiring, you don't want to waste time sorting through dozens of irrelevant resumes. You want an efficient way to get to your short list of qualified candidates. That's why you need Indeed.com. Post a job in minutes. Set up screener questions based on your job requirements. Then, zero in on qualified candidates using an intuitive online dashboard. Discover why 3 million businesses use Indeed for hiring. Post a job today at Indeed.com/hire. That's Indeed.com/hire.
Trojan man, answering questions from every sex, having human. He leads us like an erotic GPS, navigating us to better sex. Don't be embarrassed, don't be shy. Trojan man's always here to reply.
It's a big sexy world. Trojan condoms. Explore with confidence.
Welcome back to Friday Night Lights here on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO and KOFO.com. Also a reminder, we'll keep you updated on the Royals game tonight as they're taking on Cleveland. We'll keep you updated on those scores as the evening goes on because we will have high school football on the air. Just a little bit of a note, though. The Royals, 19-12 record since August 24th. That's the 6th best record in Major League Baseball and the 4th best in the AL. So maybe a little bit exciting news there for the Royals. Maybe look forward to next year. And so some positives to think about right there. But right now, we're going to get you caught up on Anderson County and Baldwin football as Sam White had a chance to catch up with both head coaches, and we'll head to Anderson County first and see what's going on with their football season. Sam White had this audio.
Good evening, it's Sam White here on the Friday Night Lights pregame show, and I'm joined by Anderson County's Coach Welsh. How are you this evening, Coach?
I'm very good, very excited.
So I see you guys had a pretty fun night last Friday night with a thumping on Iola, 42-6. Must feel pretty good going in after that this next week, getting your first win.
Oh, absolutely. You know, the kids are enthusiastic. They're enthused coming in tonight's win. We had a great week of practice, just new confidence, and we're really ready. It's going to be a great football game, great opportunity.
You guys have Garrard, who's an even 2-2, and they just got kind of beat on the opposite end by Burlington, 34-12. Are you looking? What are some of the keys you're looking to continue your success from a week ago?
Well, you know, we moved the ball real well the other week. We had switched quarterbacks, and our new quarterback is a good one. He can really go, and defensively we were much improved. You know, we only gave up 6 points. We had a goal line stand to start the game on the 2. They had 4 shots from the 2, didn't get in. And that was huge. And then that just kind of turned the tide, actually. In the first 5 minutes of the game, it was 0-0. They were on our goal line, and then we came right back out and scored.
So
we held them there and then scored from there.
Seems like defense is going to play a huge part in this upcoming, hopefully, second win of the year then.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, thank you, Coach. Again, Sam White on the Friday Night Lights pregame show with Anderson County's Coach Welsh. Thank you, Coach, and go Anderson County.
Hey, thanks for...
And I want to say thanks to Sam White on getting that audio. Sam also had a chance to talk with Baldwin High head football coach, and let's take a listen to that.
Sam White here on the Friday Night Lights pregame show. I'm joined by Baldwin coach, Coach Kerr. How are you doing this evening, Coach?
I am doing good. How are you doing?
I am doing fantastic. So y'all are 2-2 on the year, kind of up and down season. What are you looking for in the Panthers to put the first L in their loss column this season?
Well, they're pretty unique in the fact that in a way how we do things now with the spread offense and throwing the ball around the park and all this up-tempo stuff, they're kind of old school. They get in double tights and full house backfields, and really they kind of are what you would say when you say ground and pound. That's what they do. And the problems with that are that if you make a mistake or you turn the ball over on downs or don't score, he may not get the ball back for another quarter. And they did that to us last year a little bit, and we had a chance to get out in front of them, and we didn't, and it cost us. So tonight we have to start early. Their starting defense hasn't given up a touchdown yet, so I think early points would really give us some confidence, and then maybe, give them some pause to, wow, this is better teams than we faced so far. So that's kind of what we're looking at.
And on that note, they like to force early turnovers. I've seen the last few games, they will first force a turnover within the first 2 minutes of the opposing team's first drive. So it sounds like kind of owning the clock is going to be your friend for a while this evening.
Yeah, I think our team so far this year hasn't played real good in the first quarter. And we've changed some things and keep changing the narrative to what's best for us because we got a bunch of new kids from last year to this year. Once we've kind of settled into games, we've actually played really, really good from like the mid-second quarter on. And so that kind of feeds into what they want to do. So we're going to have to change that early and just survive the early punches and try to put some points on the board and try to chew some clock and kind of shorten the game and shorten the halftime because so far since the whole season, we get to halftime, we can kind of catch our breath, and we've played really good in the second half.
Well, let me be one of the first to say good luck this evening, and go Bulldogs.
You bet. Thank you.
Again, want to say thanks to Sam White on getting that information for us as we begin to wind down the Friday Night Lights show here, as we will take you out to Bonner Springs for the Ottawa High game against Bonner Springs, and then also take you out to Linden for the KOFO High School Football Game of the Week. Again, Ottawa High and Bonner Springs on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO, and you'll have a link online to hear the game on the interwebs, and then exclusively online will be the KOFO High School Football Game of the Week, featuring Northern Heights at Linden. That's going to wrap it up for me this evening. Join me tomorrow afternoon for Ottawa University Braves football, noon for pregame, 1 o'clock kick as Tabor comes to town. I want to say thanks to Larson Johnson for keeping us on the air, and I want to say thank you for keeping the lights on for Friday Night Lights. That's going to wrap it up for us this week. We'll talk to you again next Friday night.
Thank you for listening to the Friday Night Lights High School Football Preview Show. Stand by for your Super Stands Cleaning Service Cyclone pregame show on KOFO and your Game of the Week pregame show online at KOFO.com.
This is Secretary Tim Keck at the Kansas Department for Aging and Disability Services. Elder abuse is a growing problem in our state and across the country. Elder abuse can occur no matter where these victims live, who they live with, and regardless of their finances or their health. But help is available. Concerned people can spot the warning signs, such as unexplained injuries, and make a call for help. Don't let our elders suffer silently. Be their voice. For more information, visit the KDAD's website.
Sponsored by the Kansas Department of Aging and Disability Services and this station.
Stay tuned for the following special presentation from KOFO, 1220 and 103.7 FM. KOFO, your sports source for East Central Kansas, welcomes you to this Game of the Week football broadcast and the Super Stands Cleaning Service pregame show, heard exclusively online at KOFO.com. Make Super Stands your cleaning man for carpet, upholstery, furniture, or tile. Call Super Stands Cleaning Service for a free estimate today at 418-2463. Now, for a preview of tonight's game, here's Luke Queen.
And good evening, everyone, from David James Field in Bonner Springs. It's time for some football action as the Ottawa Cyclones get to take on the Bonner Springs Braves here this evening. We welcome you to the Super Stands Cleaning Service Cyclone pregame show. Both these teams struggling so far this season. Bonner 1-3, a win over Eudora in week number 2, while the Cyclones now 0-4 after their loss last week at home against Chanute. It is homecoming here at Bonner Springs tonight, and we expect a spirited ball game. And we'll have a chance to talk with OHS head football coach Rob Hedrick coming up after we take this time out. You're listening to the Superstands Cleaning Service pregame show on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
Ask any coach. Wishing for a good game is not the best game plan. At home, wishing your carpet and furniture were clean isn't much of a game plan either. Stop wishing. Let Superstand be your cleaning man. Superstand's Cleaning Service at 418-2463. Stan's been making life clean, fresh, and more enjoyable for your friends and neighbors for over 40 years. Kids, pets, unexpected visits from relatives, they all can take a toll on your carpet. Live life clean and fresh. Call Superstand's Cleaning Service today at 418-2463. Let Stan be your cleaning man. 418-2463.
People like me are powerless over alcohol, and if we could outthink it, outrun it, do whatever we needed to do, we could beat it, but we can't by ourselves. Everything I have, everything I've done, I owe to Valley Hope.
An estimated 88,000 people die from alcohol-related causes annually, making it the third leading preventable cause of death in the United States. For more information, visit valleyhope.org. Sponsored by Valley Hope Association and the station.
And welcome back to the Superstands Cleaning Service pregame show and the Rob Hedrick show here on KOFO. Last week the Cyclones with a disappointing loss to Shadoo, 28-6. And Coach, I say that it was disappointing up in the press box. I'm sure it had to be a little disappointing for you on the sidelines too.
It really was. We knew it was a game we could win, and we just didn't play well enough to win. And again, we kind of shot ourselves in the foot with turnovers and bad play in certain spots, and it cost us the victory.
Cyclones had 3 turnovers plus 2 missed covers on pooch kicks, and boy, you just can't give the other team that many extra possessions.
No, and that's been the story in a couple games where that first turnover, we're moving the ball, and got a nice drive going to answer their score, and we don't make a play. We fumble the ball and turn it over, and then obviously a turnover going into the end zone, was big. And yeah, obviously, like you said, you can't give any opponent that many extra possessions, and we gave ourselves an uphill battle with those turnovers.
They got on the board first, and boy, the Ty Bowman, their quarterback, he's a good ball player, and he took off on that quarterback draw, and Cyclones kind of pursued it looked like and left him a lane, and he has some speed too.
Yeah, he's a really good athlete. Like we talked about, he's been starting since he was a freshman, and he runs really well. He's just a good all-around athlete and good all-around ball player. And they had a couple big plays on 4th down, and that one scored. Mm-hmm. And we just we got out of position a little bit there defensively, and they took advantage of it, and we couldn't run him down. And and then there was another 4th down there later in the game where he popped a big run, where they made the plays when they had to, for sure.
And the last few weeks you always had to worry about jumping off sides in a situation like that, and sometimes then the guys kind of get back on their heels a little bit because they're afraid to go too quickly.
And we work on that so much in practice. You're right. It can get them timid, the D-line a little timid in spots because they don't want to jump off sides, and that's one of the many aspects of a game, and all the subtleties that go along with a football game, and all those things add up to a victory or loss, and obviously we're having way too many. We're stacking things up against us too much.
Yeah, arguably it was the Cyclones' best offensive night of the season, though.
Yeah, we did some good things. We had some nice sustained drives. Jackson threw the ball really well. He was in at 15 for 19, threw for 184 yards, which was a real nice evening for him. O-line gave him some pretty good time. O-line did a good job, and we didn't have as many rushing yards as I thought we might, but we were under 100 yards rushing, but I still thought we did some nice things on the ground. So again, like you said, there's always some positives to take out of it, and we had several positives offensively out of this game. So that's something to build on for this week.
Now, a week ago, you talked about simplification of the offense, and you could see that certainly, but you threw in a couple of new wrinkles, little passes, the tight end, and the slot back, and that type of thing.
Yeah, we tried to. We've never really tried to go to the tight end. We try to add something, like I said, add something every week. Little wrinkles we see in our scouting that we think we can take advantage of, and we tried to get the ball to tight end a couple times, didn't work out, and but Jackson did a really nice job reading their blitzes and getting the ball quickly to the guys that were open, and that's something we think that we can take advantage of this week as well, because Bonner Springs is going to play a lot of man coverage, and they blitz quite a bit as well.
The pooch kicks really killed you because you lost possession at the start of the second half, and then when it still could have possibly been a ball game late if you get a quick score again. I think that's now the third time that's occurred this season. What's the situation there?
I don't know. It's just young men not making plays. It's certainly not for a lack of effort, or they're practicing hard, and it's just that's the way it's working for us right now. We're making too many mistakes and not making enough plays, and I still have full confidence in those young men, and it's just that's the way the ball's bouncing for us so far this first 4 games, and we certainly think we're getting better in a lot of those areas, and hopefully we don't see it again, but you never know. But the boys are still playing hard, they're practicing hard, so hopefully we don't do that to ourselves anymore.
We'll take a break right here and come back and talk about the Bonner Springs Braves, this week's opponent. You're listening to the Rob Hedrick Show, part of the Superstand's Cleaning Service pregame show here on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
Ask any coach. Wishing for a good game is not the best game plan. At home, wishing your carpet and furniture were clean isn't much of a game plan either. Stop wishing. Let Superstan be your cleaning man. Superstan's Cleaning Service at 418-2463. Stan's been making life clean, fresh, and more enjoyable for your friends and neighbors for over 40 years. Kids, pets, unexpected visits from relatives, they all can take a toll on your carpet. Live life clean and fresh. Call Superstan's Cleaning Service today at 418-2463. Let Stan be your cleaning man. 418-2463.
Want to sit front row and see the Chiefs play at Arrowhead Stadium? KOFO and McCoy's Furniture Loft want to send you. All you have to do is stop by Furniture Loft in Osage City or Emporia and register. You and a friend could be sitting in the front row to watch a Chiefs game. Only one win per person per season. No purchases necessary. Must be 18 to win. The next giveaway is for the Chiefs game on October 7th versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. We'll announce the winner on October 1st during the Brad Howard Early Morning Show.
And back here on the Rob Hedrick Show as we talk about this week's opponent, the Bonner Springs Braves. And Coach, I went back and looked. I think my information's right. Last time we saw Bonner Springs was 2001 when we were both still members of the Huron League. so it's been a while.
That's probably when Coach Bay was head coach, and he can probably tell some old stories, talk about the old games they had with Bonner. So, yeah, it's been a while. So now we get to see them every year, though.
Right. They are members of the Frontier League now, and the first of the 3 new members that you get a chance to see this week here.
Yeah, so it's always nice to, kind of see somebody new blood, and kind of start new rivalries and new competitions with people. And we saw Bonner down at the Emporia team camp this summer. So it's, we've met up with them a little bit. So it's not entirely new, but we had some good competition with this summer, and we're looking forward to firing it up again tonight.
Well, the Braves last week kind of gave one away to Tonganoxie. Tonganoxie came back late and beat them by a couple points.
Yeah, in the films we have them, they got up big on. They got up 2 scores on Spring Hill. They kept turning the ball over, and Spring Hill scored late, very late, to beat them. And there was the exact same thing with Tongi last week. They got out big on Tongi, and then throughout the course of the game, they turnover here, turnover there, mistake here, and Tongi takes advantage of it and comes back and beats them late. So that has been the exact same scenario for them the last 2 weeks.
What do you see from the Braves from an offensive standpoint?
They're very dynamic. It's really a lot like the last 3 offenses we've seen, with a lot of RPOs, spread the ball out. They have a lot of talent, and a lot of size across the line too. Quarterback runs the ball well, throws the ball well. They have their running back's a big kid. You'll see he's a big old moose. He's a big kid and got a lot of speed at the skill position. So they're going to be a tough stop for the defense.
What will you try to do to try to keep them at bay?
We're going to try to take away one thing. If we're going to make them beat us with the pass. But what it comes down to, and what the defense boys worked on all week, was just running to the ball and tackling. That's been their mantra all year: run to the ball and tackle. And they had a very physical week of practice, and hopefully it pays off, because that's what we got to do. You see it on film. We're not playing as aggressive in certain spots that we need to be, and hopefully those boys come to play tonight and say win or lose. As long as we see improvement in the areas that we're deficient in, that'll be the signs we're looking for.
On the Braves, what will they show you from the defensive standpoint?
Mostly a 3-man front. Every once in a while they go to a 4-man front, but they're very aggressive, blitz a lot off edges, going to play man-to-man a lot on the edges with their corners. They have 2 very good cornerbacks. Very impressed with them. Linebackers are very athletic. Have some big D linemen. So again, it's going to be kind of the same recipe, that we've seen. They're going to have some good athletes all over the field. We need to take advantage of their aggressiveness and kind of try to turn those tables against them. And if we can do that, we'll have a chance to put some points on the board.
So it sounds like the reads, once again, are going to be important.
Very important. Jackson's going to have to make some good reads in the run game, whether he gives or pulls, and then on our hot route reads in the passing game. If we can take advantage of those again, we'll have a chance to put some points on the board and hopefully get us a win.
Going on the road tonight, practice has been good this week, as you said, and what's the injury situation look like?
Well, we got some great news. We got Cameron Reynolds is back. He was cleared and he's back, and very happy for him. You should have seen the smile on his face when he got the news. So very happy to have him back. Happy for him, happy for us. He's going to help us on both sides of the ball. We will be without Carson Coopy tonight. He was sick this week in practice, so he couldn't practice enough to play. And then Brett Ferguson will play, but he'll miss a little time because he was sick this week. We had a little bug going around OHS this week, so he missed some practice time, so he won't start, but he'll be in the game. So it's almost all good news, almost good news on the injury front this week.
Okay, well, let's take it and get a win then with that.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Thanks, Coach, for talking with us. We'll talk with you next week.
Thanks very much.
And we'll be back with more here from Bonner Springs after this timeout. You're listening to Ottawa Cyclone Football on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
Darren College, a former NFL Super Bowl champion, signed the most important contract of his life to serve in the Army National Guard.
I've had a lot of military in my family. It's a big part of what my family's done for a long time. I want to go out there and make a difference. I didn't find that working behind a desk, so for me it was a pretty easy decision to make. And then the opportunity to serve my community, serve my country was just icing on the cake.
To learn how to be part of the Army National Guard, log on to nationalguard.com. Sponsored by the Kansas Army National Guard. Aired by the Kansas Association of Broadcasters and this station.
The KOFO Sports Guide keeps you in touch with your team, area high schools, or Ottawa University. Find your team's schedule in the KOFO Sports Guide, featuring football, volleyball, wrestling, and basketball, golf, soccer, tennis, baseball, softball, and track. Pick up your free KOFO Sports Guide at Ottawa University, Kansas State Bank, Ottawa Family Physicians and Ottawa Care Clinic, Ms. Fix-It Computer Repair, and Maggie's Gourmet Popcorn and Glazed Nuts. You can also view the KOFO Sports Guide online at KOFO.com.
Thank you for listening to the Superstand's Cleaning Service Rob Hedrick pregame show. Stand by. Kickoff for Cyclone football is next.
Let's see. That big yellow spot came from an ice cream cone. The brown spot was from a super hot cup of coffee. And that purpley blue-gray shadow over there, well, I just couldn't say.
If you have troublesome carpet spots, spills, and stains, stop and call Superstand, your cleaning man. Call 418-2463 for your free estimate. Eliminate spots, spills, stains, and purpley blue-gray shadows from your carpets. Superstand's Cleaning Service, 418-2463.
KOFO, your sports source for East Central Kansas, welcomes you to this broadcast of Ottawa Cyclone football on 103.7 FM, 1220, and online at KOFO.com. Tonight's game is being brought to you by Sutton's Jewelry, Quality Structures Incorporated, Ransom Memorial Health, Modern Woodman Agent Dale Pearson, Ottawa University, and by Lamb Roberts Funeral Home, Superstand's Cleaning Service, Kramer Pharmacy, Kansas State Bank, Constantino's Price Chopper. Ottawa Cyclone football on KOFO is also brought to you by the Ottawa Recreation Commission, Adamson Brothers, Dingle & Son Mortuary, Arvest Bank, CarStar, C.S. Cunningham Construction, and by Leon's, the Ottawa Herald, Bank Midwest, the City of Ottawa, State Farm agent Keith King. Also by Ottawa Family Physicians, Bones Transportation, Ottawa High School, and Ottawa Chiropractic Clinic. Now let's return to the field and KOFO Sports Director Gary Bateman for Ottawa Cyclone football.
Ottawa Cyclones and the Bonner Springs Braves will play for the first time in 17 years here tonight. Way back in 2001, Cyclones were still a member of the Huron League at that point in time, and Bonner Springs won that game 20-14. It is a windy night here and a bit damp. No rain at this point in time, but there's a lot of moisture in the air. The weather forecast, the radar says that we won't get anything here until most likely after the game is over, but it will be a rather chilly night for the fans here at this football game. Fairly decent contingent of Ottawa fans across the way, and of course a good smattering of home fans here for the Braves here this evening. Cyclones come in 0-4 on the year. Lost last week to Chanute. While Bonner Springs is 1-3, their lone win coming in week number 2 as they shut out Eudora 40-0. Last week they were upended by Tonganoxie late. They also got beat the week before by Spring Hill. Also, that game was looked like it was in the hands of the Braves, and then Spring Hill came back and won it in the latter stages. So Bonner Springs right now is kind of reeling after those 2 ball games, but on their home field here this evening, and of course looking for a win. Take a look at other games around the area tonight. The other Franklin County schools are all on the road tonight. Wellsville is just a few miles away from here at Bishop Ward tonight, taking on the Ward Cyclones. Wellsville, after winning their first 2, now 2-2 on the season, while Bishop Ward is 0-4. West Franklin, 2 games winning streak was broken last week by Osage City. The Falcons, 2-2 on the year, are at McLouth tonight. Central Heights has a monumental task as they are traveling to Silver Lake to take on the 4-0 Eagles. Heights picked up its second victory in a row last week, standing at 2-2. Marinazine Valley and Rural Vista play tonight at Rural Vista. Both those teams looking for their first win, as are Iola and Osawatomie playing tonight at Osawatomie. Oskaloosa is at Osage City as the Indians try to keep their record unblemished. Paola also perfect on the season at 4-0. They host Baldwin this evening. Piper Pirates, 3-1 on the year, are at Tonganoxie, who is 2-2. Perry Lecompton travels to Santa Fe Trail. It's homecoming at Santa Fe Trail. The Cause are 3-1, while the Chargers 2-2. Spring Hill is at DeSoto tonight. DeSoto, of course, no longer a member of the Frontier League. They're perfect at 4-0, while Spring Hill 2-2 on the year. Anderson County picked up its first win last week. They're 1-3 down at Girard tonight. Toss has been won by the Cyclones. They'll elect to defer to the second half. So Bonner Springs will receive the opening kickoff. They'll move left to right. Other couple of ball games. Lewisburg is at Eudora tonight. Cardinals still looking for their first win, while Lewisburg is undefeated at 4-0. And our KOFO game of the week at KOFO.com, that is Linden. Also homecoming at Linden tonight as the Tigers take on Northern Heights. Northern Heights 1-3, and Linden now 2-2 on the season. So again, Cyclones have won the toss, elected to defer to the second half, and Bonner Springs will move left to right here in the first period of play and receive the opening kickoff. Tonight at 10 o'clock, it's the Kansas High School Football Scoreboard Show with Nick Gosnell, your host, and we'll get you the scores from around our area as well as throughout the state of Kansas. That's coming your way tonight. Full hour of the High School Football Scoreboard Show right here on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO. Tomorrow afternoon, it'll be Ottawa University football from Braves Field as the Tabor Blue Jays come to town. OU trying to get back on the winning track after suffering a defeat last week at Salina to Kansas Wesleyan. Kickoff at 1. Pregame with Bob Johnson is at 12 o'clock. Braves will send their deep men back And that will be Nashawn Porter along with Keon Thomas. Chad Bones will tee it up for the Cyclones. Artificial surface here at Bonner Springs. Hope you enjoy this football action here tonight. Next week, Ottawa is back at home. They'll host Eudora. 7 o'clock kickoff, 6:40 pregame here on KOFO. So here we go. Thomas and Porter are back deep. Line drive kick fielded by Porter at the 13. Porter hit at the 25 and has dropped it around the 27-yard line. So that is where Bonner Springs will start their opening drive, 1st and 10. Gray's quarterback will be senior Noah Villarreal. They will look to spread the field whenever possible. They're going to come out with no huddle right here and be in an empty backfield. 3 receivers right, 2 left. Actually, 4 receivers right and 1 left. Now the man left comes in motion right, and it's a quarterback draw right up the middle by Villarreal. He breaks a tackle, breaks it across the 40, and all the way out to the 42-yard line. That is a play that Ottawa struggled with last week. Ty Bowman with a couple of big plays on quarterback draws for Chanute. This one goes for 15 yards and a first down for the Braves. This time Bryce Crone will line up in the backfield along with Villarreal. Also a man in front is Isaac Lute. Handoff goes to Crone. Crone to the 45 before he's stopped. Off the right side, tackle was made by Dadrian Aho and Gabriel Bueno. In a 3, 2nd down 7. Twin receivers each side. Cyclones in a 4-man front. Back to throw Villarreal. He looks, goes the other way. Pass to be intercepted by Brandon Carlson. Carlson to the 50, 45, down the sideline 40, and all the way to the 34-yard line. And Carlson with a nice return on the pick. And the Cyclones have it in Braves territory. Well, Villarreal looked right, or left rather, and then came back right, but didn't look very closely. He threw the ball right to Carlson. The Cyclones with excellent field position to start their opening drive. They're at the Bonner Springs 34, 1st and 10, 11 minutes to go in the first period. Jackson Allen's the quarterback. The running back behind him is Elias White. Handoff goes to White, right side, has a nice hole. He gets it inside the 30, still running hard to the 28-yard line. And that'll be a pickup of about 6 yards. They'll call it a gain of 5, 2nd down 5. Carlson and Aho go wide to the right as receivers. Allen will hand off once again to White, and White has it down near the 26-yard line for a couple of yard pickup. And Ottawa will be facing a 3rd down 3. Carlson brings the play call in from the bench. Formation strong right this time. Allen pitches to White, trying to turn the corner. He breaks a tackle, has the first down to the 20. White with a nice run, and Ottawa moves the chains. 1st and 10, just inside the 20-yard line. Ottawa comes up. They'll send Bueno wide to the right, twin receivers left. Nobody out here on Bethay within about 10 yards. They'll hand it off left side to White, and he's tripped up as he reaches the line of scrimmage. That's about all he'll get. White gets past that tackle. He might pick up 5 or 6. Instead, it'll be second down and 10. Clock is running, 9:20 to play first period. Ottawa driving after intercepting a pass. Back to throw is Allen. Throws out in the flat over, and a nice catch made by White, but he might have been better off to let it go, as he is tackled almost immediately and loses a couple yards back to about the 21. Now Ottawa faces a 3rd and 12. They have a wind at their back here in the first period. They're watching Chad Bones kick rather long field goals, but you'd certainly like to pick up the first down instead. Empty backfield. 3 receivers right to left, and Allen to throw. Across the middle, pass is tipped and incomplete. Defended on the play by the Braves, and it'll break up a 4th down and long. See what the Cyclones are going to do. Looks like they're going to go for it. White is behind Allen in the backfield. In motion comes Bethay, and Allen to throw. Throws it into the end zone. That pass is going to be incomplete. Just knocked away at the last moment by David Holt, as Bethay had a step on the defense, and Ottawa turns it over on downs. So Ottawa can't take advantage of the interception. And it'll be Bonner Springs ball at their own 21, 1st and 10. Empty backfield for Villarreal. Man comes in motion. And keeping will be Villarreal. Looking for a block. Doesn't get it. And only got back to the line of scrimmage. And I think a penalty flag was thrown also. It's a hold against the Braves. Well, Villarreal called his own number right there, and Ottawa defended it pretty well. We'll talk it over with the Cyclone captain, Gabriel Bueno. Holding penalty, and that'll move the ball back 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Northern Heights has jumped out early on Linden. They lead the Tigers 7-0. That, of course, is our KOFO game of the week at KOFO.com. So now 1st and 20. Calling signals. Inside handoff, and not much there for the running back. That is David Holt. They'll spot his forward progress at the 12. It'll be 2nd down 19. Holt in the backfield along with Villarreal. Bonner will throw, that's not Villarreal, that's another quarterback. And that pass could be intercepted by Adrian Aho at the 25, 20, to the 10, and down to the 9-yard line. That was a left-hander, Keon Thomas, making the pass that time, and Adrian Aho stepped in front of it and returns it into the red zone at the 9. So 2 early turnovers on Bonner Springs, and Ottawa knocking at the door. They're going to spot it just inside the 10-yard line, 1st down and goal. White the back behind Allen. Formation strong right, and we've got a whistle and a penalty flag down. Back judge throwing it. Usually that's a delay of game penalty. We got an extra man on defense for Bonner Springs. Too many men on the field. So that'll move it half the distance. And first and goal inside the 5-yard line now. Allen calling signals. Hands it off to White off the right side, and White will get a couple, maybe down to about the 3. Oh, no, it looks like that was Chad Bones on that carry, maybe. Or was it Aho? Second down and goal at the 3. Keeping it's Allen, trying to get to the outside, stiff arms a man, touchdown Ottawa. So Jackson Allen pulled it back and took it in from 3 yards out, and the Cyclones are on the board. Bones will try the extra point. Ball's down. Bones' kick is away, and the kick is good. There's timeout on the field with 6:57 to play in the first period. The score is Ottawa 7 and Bonner Springs nothing. We're back with the kickoff in 30 seconds, and you're listening to Cyclone Football on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
At State Farm, our goal is to help people manage the risks of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and realize their dreams. This is State Farm Agent Keith King in Ottawa. Let me help you protect what's most important to you. Give my office a call at 785-242-9435 or stop by at 111 South Main Street in Ottawa.
Kramer Pharmacy, downtown Ottawa, hopes you're enjoying this KOFO sports broadcast and wishes all the area teams good luck this season. Call Kramer Pharmacy today and ask about their convenient MedSync program that allows you to have all your prescriptions filled at the same time each month. Call 242-2055.
Sports, information, and entertainment in East Central Kansas. KOFO K279CS Ottawa, where keeping you informed comes first.
Cyclones take advantage of the interception by Dadrian Aho, and Jackson Allen, calling his own number, goes in from 3 yards out. Cyclones lead at 7-0. It'll be Thomas and Porter back deep for the Braves. Paola has jumped out on top of Baldwin, 7-0 after blocking a punt deep in Bulldog territory. Bones to kick it off. Line drive kick. It's going to bounce and roll on past Porter into the end zone. And he came out of the end. Oh, the ball went into the end zone, so that's in high school. That's an automatic touchback. Girard leads Anderson County 6-0, that game being played down in Crawford County tonight. The Braves have turned it over on their first 2 possessions here. Now it looks like Villarreal's back in the ball game. Handoff right side to Crone. Crone gets it out to the 25 for a pickup of 5 yards. Bottom of the pile for the Cyclones. Temple and Aho. Second down and a long 5. Up back is Isaac Lute. Crone is to the right of Villarreal this time. And off left side, Crone running hard, has the first down across the 30 to about the 32. Temple was there once again. There's a flag on that last play. holding against the Braves. DeSoto's jumped out on top of Spring Hill, 7-0 Wildcats in that one. Penalty will push it back to the Bonner Springs 18-yard line. Now second down 12. 6:22 to play first period. Cyclones on top, 7-0. Villarreal will throw out in the flat, has Crone. Crone looks for some running room, gets it to 25 before he's upended. He lost the football, but he was down by contact. Carlson made the tackle on him. And it'll be a gain of about 9, third down and a long 3. Piper on top of Tonganoxie, 7-0 at Tonganoxie this evening. And in motion right, going left is Villarreal, trying to get around the corner, broke the tackle, got the first down, and is out of bounds out near the 35-yard line. So Bonner Springs moves the football. Santa Fe Trail has jumped out on top of Perry Lecompton, 6-0. First and 10. Quad receivers right, one man left, empty backfield. And in motion, the pitch back goes this time to Jaden Robinson. Robinson gets it across the 35 to about the 36 for a gain of 4. Robinson with one of those little plays you're seeing more and more where the quarterback will just kind of pitch it to him as he's coming in front of him. So it's technically a forward pass if you drop it. On 2nd and 6, Villarreal will throw. Throws out in the flat, pass is caught, and an immediate tackle by Xavi Bithe, but enough for a first down this time to the wide receiver Carter Wiley. Lose the ball out to the 43-yard line, and another 1st and 10. Thrown in the backfield this time with Villarreal. Set up to his right. Hand off the left side. Oh, instead of pass out in the flat. And a man's got it. And breaking a tackle into Ottawa territory. Adrian Aho wrapping him up to 41. That's A.J. Watson. And Watson picks up 16 yards and a first down. And the Braves have it in Ottawa territory. Again to throw out in the flat, man open, pass is caught. Keon Thomas on the reception that time. And that'll be a gain of about 7. So Bonner Springs moving the ball down the field with short passes here. What you have to watch for here is a pump fake. In motion. And hand off to Crone off the right side. Crone, bruising runner, gets it inside the 30 down to about the 26. And that'll be enough for a first down. Osage City leads Oskaloosa tonight, 14-0 that game at Osage City. Low handoff fumble, and Crone has to cover it up back at the 28. It'll be a loss of 2. Straight drop. Now stepping up in the pocket and will run is Villarreal. He's hit, gets it across the 25, down near the 21. Initial hit was made that time by Bueno, but he couldn't bring him to the ground immediately. Gain of a play of about 6, third down 6. 3:34 to play in the first period. Ottawa 7, Bonner Springs nothing, but the Braves are driving. In motion comes Robinson. Out in the flat, pass is going to be tipped away. Good defensive play by Aho as the pass was intended for Keon Thomas. And it'll be 4th down 6. Linden has scored, but they missed the extra point. They trail Northern Heights 7-6. 4th and 6, rolling out left is Villarreal. He looks, has a man in the flat, but he overthrows him. Pass incomplete, and the Cyclones have held on downs. Well, Thomas was wide open in the flat. He would have had the first down and more, but Villarreal's pass was not a good one. Sailed over his head, and Ottawa gets the football back. End of one quarter of play, Eudora and Lewisburg all tied up, 0-0. Now let's see if the Cyclones can move the football. They had the short field on their first 2 drives. Gave it up on downs on their first possession, and then after the Aho interception, they scored on their second possession. They'll have the football at about the 21, 1st and 10. In motion, Bethe. Pitch goes to White. Hit in the backfield. Ball drop for a 2-yard loss. Stop back at the 19. The clock inside, 3 minutes to go, first period. Carlson Bones are split out this side as receivers. Option play right. Allen pitches late to White. No, keeps it himself. Gets positive yardage out near the 25. That'll be a gain of about 6, but it'll still be 3rd down and 6 for the Cyclones. Silver Lake on top of Central Heights early, 14-0. Empty backfield on 3rd down and 6. Blitz coming. Allen under pressure. He'll go down in the backfield. Crone made the sack, and Ottawa in the punting situation. West Franklin and McLeod tied 0-0 at the end of one. Oh, fumbled snap. Kick is away. It's a line drive kick, and he'll get a good Cyclone roll, and it'll roll dead at about the 47-yard line. That's a 34-yard kick, no return, but good field position for Bonner Springs with 1:19 to play in the first period. Wellsville all over Bishop Ward early. They lead the Cyclones 22-0. That game being played tonight at Ward. Lewisburg has scored. They lead Eudora 6-0. That game early second. First and 10. Crone with the handoff, cuts it against the grain, breaks into Cyclone territory down to the 49-yard line. James Burton made the tackle. 4-yard pickup, 2nd down 6. 7-0 Cyclones, late first period. Late man into the ball game as Watson sets up as a receiver right. Low snap, hand off to Crone once again. He's going to be hit in the backfield and dropped for a loss. And who was that on that tackle? Tucker Mace got in there to make the stop. 3rd down 8. Real looks to throws, has a man in the seam, but the pass is knocked away. And a good defensive play by Elias White. It'll be a 4th down situation, and Bonner Springs will have to punt it. Cyclones' zone defense so far in this ball game has been where they needed to be. Carlson back deep to receive the kick. Andrew Puckett in punt formation, standing at his own 35. Actually, twin safeties now back deep for Ottawa. Bit of a high snap. Ottawa's got to rush on. It's a short kick off the side of his foot, and they'll take a sideways roll, and it'll roll dead at the 41 of Ottawa, and that is just a 10-yard kick, and Ottawa's going to have excellent field position with 8.7 seconds to play, first period. DeSoto has scored again. Their lead over Spring Hill now 14-0. At the end of one, Iola leads Osawatomie 14-0. Ottawa comes up 1st and 10. Bueno and Bones are split far side of the field as receivers. And the linebacker got into the neutral zone there, and I believe that's going to be an offsides penalty. Bonner Springs backers are stunning, trying to find a lane to blitz from. That time, Andrew Puckett got into the neutral zone. So 1st and 5. And off to Elias White, breaks into the open, 45, breaks to the outside. He's to the 35. He's got a blocker in front of him, cuts it again. That's the Chavion Bethe, I should say. And Bethe is inside the 10 before he's brought down. So Xavi Bethe with a big run, and that is the end of the first quarter. The score, Ottawa 7, Bonner Springs nothing. We'll be back in 1 minute. You're listening to Cyclone Football on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
Safe, secure, strong. We're rock solid. Kansas State Bank. A better way to bank with community people you know. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Eric Price and his staff at the Lamb Roberts Funeral Homes are proud to sponsor this KOFO sports broadcast and honored to help so many families in the community with compassionate care when it's needed most. Lamb Roberts Funeral Home, Ottawa, Baldwin City, and Overbrook.
Smart Ottawa shoppers know Cosentino's Price Chopper has the best rewards program in town. Only Price Chopper lets you earn points on all your purchases. Visit mypricechopper.com and start saving on food or fuel today. Shop Cosentino's, your local family-owned grocer since 1948.
When it comes to your home, quality matters. And when quality matters, choose the best. Choose Adamson Brothers Heating and Cooling. Call to have your air conditioning system serviced today at 785-242-9273. Adamson Brothers, maintaining your comfort for over 30 years.
Cyclones will have it at the 8, 1st and goal as we start the second period. That was a 41-yard run by Xavi Bethe on the last play of the period. He's the deep back behind Allen here on 1st and goal. Confusion here. Now the play call comes in from the bench. Ottawa will send Jose Richards wide left. And this direction is Brandon Carlson. Allen hands it off to Bethe up the middle, pushing the pile forward, heading for the end zone, and he's in. Touchdown, Ottawa. Xavi Bethe with the push up the middle. Got all the way to the end zone, and the Cyclones lead 13-0. Chad Bones will try to tack on the extra point. Ball's down. Bones' kick is up, and it is good. There's timeout on the field, 11:52 to play, first half. Ottawa 14, Bonner Springs nothing. We'll have the kickoff in 30 seconds. This is Cyclone football on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
Street construction has finally hit Leon's in downtown Ottawa. We will have blowout specials every day. Last Monday, it was buy any super burrito and get one for $1. These specials will change daily and sometimes twice per day. Keep up with us on Leon's Facebook page or call 242-8227.
If you have basic construction skills, can operate motorized equipment, and a valid driver's license, the City of Ottawa is recruiting for the position of Labor Maintenance Worker 1. Complete an application online at hrepartners.com. For more information, visit City of Ottawa, Kansas Municipal Government on Facebook or their website, ottawaks.gov.
Two-play, 59-yard drive for the Cyclones. Xavi Bethe with an 8-yard run, and the Cyclones on top 14-0. As Bones will kick it off to either Keon Thomas or Najon Porter. Anderson County has tied up Girard 14-14. Paola now leads Baldwin 14-0. Osage City 27-0 over Oskaloosa. Bones' kick, the line drive boot, fielded at the 11. That'll be Thomas, tripped up as he crossed the 25, and he gets out to around the 30. That was Porter, I should say. So Bonner Springs will have it with a little bit more of the wind at their back here in the second period. Kind of a crosswind. Robinson is receiver far side along with Thomas. Twin receivers to this side of the field as well. Handoff Crone, nice hole off the right side. He gets it out to around the 39 for a pickup of 8. Second down 2. Braves go without a huddle. And Crone once again buries his head and gets the first down out to around the 43-yard line. Silver Lake's lead over Central Heights is now 28-0. Tonganoxie has tied the game up against Piper 7-7. 14-0 here. First down. Villarreal to throw out in the flat. Has his man. He's brought down immediately. Good open field tackle across the way by Brandon Carlson. Gain of about 3 yards. Second down 7. Ball fumbled, and the Cyclones pick it up. No. Boy, I thought they had a chance. Crone fumbled the football, but he picked it back up. So problem on the exchange right there on the handoff that time. Crone dropped it, but it bounced right back up in his arms, it appeared. Third down 8. Rolling left, Villarreal under some pressure now. Throws, has a man wide open as Thomas. Thomas has the first down, brought down by Duarte, but not until he gets it down inside the 35. So Villarreal rolling left that time and found his man wide open. They'll again go without a huddle. Crone running left. Broke a tackle. Down the sidelines, out of bounds. Inside the Cyclone 25 to about the 23. So spotted at the 22. First and 10, Bonner Springs. Villarreal hands it off. No, keeps it himself. Now he's in trouble, and he'll be brought down on a sack by Gabriel Bueno. Bueno didn't buy the fake on the handoff, went right after the quarterback, and eventually sacked Villarreal back at the 27.5. Loss of 6, second down 16. 9:39 to play first half. Ottawa on top 14-0. Rolling right, Villarreal. Looks, still looking, now throws it away. Ottawa had some pressure on him as he rolled right, and it'll be a third down long. West Franklin and McLouth are tied 8-8 in that matchup at McLouth tonight. Third down 16. They're in 4-down territory here. Villarreal, three-step drop, now has to roll away from pressure. Looks downfield, he throws into the end zone, man wide open, touchdown. That is Ethan Byers with the touchdown catch. That play covering 28 yards. And Byers was wide open. Extra point try now by Sidney Beluski. Kick's blocked. Blocked by Brandon Carlson. The extra point attempt is no good. There's timeout on the field with 9:17 to play in the first half. It's Ottawa 14, Bonner Springs 6. We'll have the kickoff for you in 30 seconds. This is Ottawa High Football on KOFO.
We came to Arvest Bank to learn about free blue checking. What do you like best about your account with no monthly fee?
Just, it's convenient, it's free. When they told me it's free, I was like, what?
I've used several other banks in the past, and so it was very nice to switch to one that had an actually free checking account.
It's just one less thing you have to worry about taking out of your budget.
Do you know the monthly fee for your checking account?
Oh, yes. 0.
Congratulations. Arvest Bank. Our customers say it best.
Bonner Springs goes 70 yards for the touchdown. Final 28 covered on a pass play from Villarreal to Ethan Byers. The Cyclones blocked the extra point, so 14-6, as the Braves will get set to kick it off. Back deep for Ottawa will be Bethe and Carlson. Little pooch kick, near side, rolls out of bounds. So they had watched film. They knew the Cyclones had trouble with that last week, but this one rolled out of bounds, and the Cyclones will have the football at the 35, first and 10. Paola 20, Baldwin nothing that game about midway through the second period. Also, Perry Lecompton has tied the score at Santa Fe Trail 6-6. Allen calling signals on first and 10. Hands it off right up the middle. That is White on the carry, and he gets it out to around the 38 for a gain of 3. High school football scoreboard show comes your way tonight at 10 o'clock. Here it's 14-6 Ottawa. We're under 9 minutes to go in the first half. Ottawa has twin receivers each side on 2nd down and 7. Listening from the outside, handoff goes once again to White, and White gets a yard, maybe a couple. They'll spot him just shy of the 40. I think that's Bethay this time on the carry, so 3rd down and let's call it 6. On 3rd down 6, Allen looks to throw, has a man crossing across the middle. He's got the first down. That'll be Chad Bones. And Bones has the first down into Bonner Springs territory. Good route and a nicely thrown ball by Jackson Allen that time. Pick up on that play of about 12 yards. Central Heights has scored again. Silver Lake has scored again. They lead Central Heights 35-0 in the second. Option right. Pitch back goes late to Bethay, and Bethay will be smothered back at around the 49. Allen's got to make that decision just a little bit quicker. He gave Bethay no opportunity that time. 2nd down 12. Osage City has once again scored, and they're all over Oskaloosa tonight, 34-0. And DeSoto another score, 21-0, better than Spring Hill. Bethay the deep back. White is a wing back here. Inside handoff to White. And the ball is fumbled and picked up by Bonner Springs. And returning it all the way to the Cyclone 39 is David Holt. And Ottawa with its first turnover on the night. Girard another score. They lead Anderson County now 22-14. Bonner Springs with the ball in Cyclone territory. Villarreal will hand it off to Crone off the right side. Breaks a tackle and then is shoestring tackled as he gets down to the 32-yard line. And that might have saved about another 10, 15 yards right there. Second down and a long 2. Flag down and movement against Bonner Springs. At the end of one period of play, Wellsville leads Bishop Ward tonight 30-0. So now 2nd down and a long 7 as Robinson comes into the lineup. Receivers this side. Now in motion, Robinson into the backfield. Option play, keeping it is Villarreal. He'll spin. He'll get to the 35, but that's about it. Good pursuit that time by the Cyclone defense. Peyton Lee was in on the tackle. And a 3rd down, 6 coming up. 6:05 to play before halftime with the Cyclones on top 14-6. Throw out in the flat, pass is caught, tackled immediately, but it looks like he probably has enough for the first down. We'll see where they spot him. That was Watson out there. Now they're going to say it's short. Or will they measure? Now where the official has the football placed, going to be shy by about the length of the football. And a 4th down right here. We expect Crone to get the football right here. Cyclones need a good push. No, keeping Villarreal. He's got the 1st down. He's down near the 25. So the quarterback called his own number that time, and he picks up the 1st and 10. Bonner Springs without a huddle. Crone gets the carry. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage and nothing more. Number of Cyclones there at the very bottom of the pile look like Chad Bones. No gain, 2nd and 10. 4:40 to play in the half. Villarreal will throw. Now first penalty flags. And a timeout called for by the Braves instead. So the timeout will come with 4:32 to play in the half. Ottawa leads Bonner Springs 14-6, and we'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Ottawa High School football on KOFO.
Whether it's on the field as a player or tackling your yard as a weekend warrior, injuries happen. The Orthopedic Associates of Ottawa at Ransom Memorial Health can reduce your pain, increase your function, and get you back in the game. Find out about their remarkable care by visiting ransom.org.
Chad Bruner, Director of the Ottawa Recreation Commission.
The Ottawa Recreation Commission would like to thank all of our volunteers for their service in helping with the ORC. These individuals play an important role in everything we do here. From all the ORC staff and board members, thank you.
14-6 Ottawa. Bonner Springs has the ball 2nd and 10 at the Cyclone 25-yard line. Twins to each side of the field. 4-man front for Ottawa. Back to throw Villarreal. Pump fakes, throws a deep ball down the sideline. The pass is incomplete. It was overthrown, and good coverage by Ottawa on the play. Third down and 10. Watch for Villarreal rolling left, as he's done several times here tonight. That's what he's doing here. He'll keep it himself, has an opening. He's got the 1st down, and all the way down to about the 10-yard line. Well, he didn't hesitate. He headed upfield. He was not rolling out to throw the football. It was a design run, and a 1st down just outside the 10. Rolling right, Villarreal looks, throws, has a man open, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown. Keon Thomas with the reception. Now, Bonner Springs can tie with a 2-point conversion. It will go for 2 here. Rolling right, Villarreal under pressure, rolls away from it, looks, he throws, and that pass is knocked away, incomplete. Timeout on the field with 4:01 to play in the first half. The score is Ottawa 14, Bonner Springs 12, and we will have the kickoff in 30 seconds. You're listening to Cyclone Football on KOFO.
Have you seen the Coliseum in Rome? Kind of crumbly looking, isn't it? That's because it wasn't built by C.S. Cunningham Concrete. In fact, if C.S. Cunningham had been around back then, the Leaning Tower of Pisa would simply be known as the Tower of Pisa. No lean. That's because C.S. Cunningham Concrete does it right with fully trained and licensed workers. If they'd built the London Bridge, there'd be no song about it falling down. Commercial, residential, concrete. C.S. Cunningham, 785-242-7101.
39-yard drive after the fumble recovery for the Braves, and the two-point conversion fails. Cyclones still on top here, 14-12, as Lawson Nolan will kick it off. Iola leads Osawatomie tonight 28-0 for the Trojans' homecoming. Let's see if they go pooch kick again. No, instead it's a ground ball kick. Somebody needs to cover it, and Ottawa does. Adrian Aho picks it up and goes right to the ground at the 37. Ottawa's still not real sure on those kickoffs. Ball had to roll all the way to Aho, and it was almost too late. So the Cyclones still have 4 minutes to go in the half as they have the football here. Bethay in the, no, check that, I'm sorry, it's White in the backfield. Bethay split as a receiver this side. Blitz being shown. White gets the handoff and gets nothing, in fact, loses yardage. Ottawa may need to try to take advantage of those stunting linebackers. Loss of 1 yard on the play, second down and 11. Last week they did a good job of that by running the wingman just right up the center and finding him on a quick pass. These linebackers, as Rob Hedrick said, very active, very aggressive. This time White off the right side and gets a yard or two out to the 39. Third down, 9 for Ottawa. 3:11 to go in the half. Soto has added a field goal. They lead Spring Hill 24-0. Allen will throw, steps up, across the middle, pass incomplete, but a flag thrown, and the defender got there just a tad too early. Najon Porter on the coverage on Carlson, but he was there just a split second too soon. Penalty will give the Cyclones a first down out around midfield. Check that into Bonner Springs territory on the 15-yard mark-off to the 46. That split second, it was the difference between a really good defensive play and a pass interference. He was there too early. So it keeps the Ottawa drive alive. Allen again will throw. He's under heavy pressure, throws a middle screen. Pass is caught by Bethay. 45-40, 35, still on his feet to the 30-yard line. On the play of 16 and a first down, Cyclones. Stops the clock momentarily with 2:42 to play in the half. Another score for Girard. They lead Anderson County 29-14. Here it's 14-12 Cyclones. White the deep back. He'll get the handoff off the right side. Nice hole inside the 25 and down to the 23. White picks up 5, second down 5. Ottawa has all of its timeouts remaining. Osage City now up on Oskaloosa 43-0. That game's still in the first half. And early movement. White took a step forward before he was supposed to, and that'll be a mark off against the Cyclones. Push it back to the 29, where it'll be second down 10. Halftime score, McLeod leads West Franklin tonight 14-8. Wellsville now leads Ward 32-0. Allen looks to throw. He's under pressure. Throws out in the flat to White, who's smothered immediately. Good open field tackle that time by the Braves. And a loss all the way back to the 35, where it'll now be third down. Actually, the 36. It'll be 3rd and 16. Clock is running. 1.5 minutes to go in the first half. Cyclones are going to call a timeout here. With 1:22 to play in the second period. They lead 14-12. We're back in 30 seconds. This is Ottawa High School football on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
At State Farm, our goal is to help people manage the risks of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and realize their dreams. This is State Farm Agent Keith King in Ottawa. Let me help you protect what's most important to you. Give my office a call at 785-242-9435 or stop by at 111 South Main Street in Ottawa.
This is Chase Dingle of Dingle & Son Mortuary. I learned very young being in the funeral business wasn't just a job, it was a way of life. Never dull, sometimes stressful, but always fulfilling. I wanted to be a part of that and carry on the family tradition.
Dingle & Son Mortuary, 785-242-2323.
Sports, information, and entertainment in East Central Kansas. KOFO K279CS Ottawa, where keeping you informed comes first.
Ottawa facing a third down 16 back at their own, or rather the Braves' 36-yard line. With 1:22 to play here in the first half. A few more score updates for you. Iola leads Osawatomie at half 28-0. Lewisburg is on top of Eudora 27-0. Third and long for the Cyclones. Those blitzing linebackers are starting to get to them a little bit. Allen to throw. Throws a deep ball down the sidelines. The pass is incomplete. It was intended for Carlson. There was good coverage over there by Najon Porter. And so now the Cyclones with a decision to make here. Bonner Springs still has 2 timeouts remaining. It's halftime at Santa Fe Trail, and the Chargers and the Perry Lecompton Cause locked up in a good one, 6-6. Ottawa's going to go for it. At least they line up in an offensive formation. Now, you will see from time to time Jackson Allen kick from this formation, so might see that here. Showing blitz. No, Allen's going to throw. He rolls right. He throws. Had a man open, but overthrew him. It was Bethay open at the 20-yard line, and that would have been close to the first down. But rolling to his right, Allen overthrew the pass, and now Bonner Springs with 1:17 on the clock gets the football back. Now the Cyclones' defense needs to come up here. Bonner scored on their previous 2 drives. And Ottawa's going to call a timeout. They didn't like what they had set up defensively. We'll take the timeout with them. 1:17 to go in the half. Cyclones 14, Braves 12. Back after this 30-second break, you're listening to Ottawa High Football on KOFO.
The fun doesn't slow down this fall at the Ottawa Recreation Commission. Whether you are youth or adult, we have some things for you. Sign-ups are happening now for youth volleyball and the Fall Basketball Academy. We're also hosting the 55 and over Monster Bash Halloween Dance on Saturday, October 20th at 4 p.m. And finally, learn how to quilt or just practice your technique. It's a great social opportunity here at the Ottawa Recreation Commission. Come join us at the Gower Building at 15th and Ash or call us at 785-242-1939. Ottawa Recreation Commission, bringing recreation to life.
Cyclones use their second timeout. Bonner Springs will come up with the ball at their own 36 with 2 timeouts remaining. Villarreal, empty backfield, rolling right, throwing back left. There's nobody out here. The pass is caught by Watson. He's down the sidelines into Cyclone territory. Brought out of bounds by Edwin Duarte, but there was nobody on this side of the field. He gets it all the way to the Cyclone 46-yard line. Stops the clock momentarily. Laurel rolling right. He's under pressure, rolls away from it. Flag down. That's going to be a hold. Pass downfield is incomplete. It was intended for Porter. Carlson had the coverage, but a holding call in the backfield. So that's a pretty big mark-off as it's from the spot of the foul, and it'll be the equivalent of a 17-yard penalty. That'll push the ball all the way back to the 39-yard line. It'll be 1st and 25. Pass out in the flat. It's a hook and ladder down the sidelines. There he goes. It's A.J. Watson, and he's going to go the distance, it appears. He dives for the end zone. He's in. Touchdown. They threw out in the flat. Watson was streaking down the sidelines, the pitch back, and there was nobody to catch up with Watson. And Bonner Springs takes the lead. Braves will call timeout. They'll go for 2 here. The Cyclones out early to a 14-0 lead, and Bonner Springs has come roaring back here in the second. So Bonner Springs will go for 2 here. Cyclones had them on the heels for a while, but then Bonner got their offense clicking. And a lot of misdirection and trickery. And they have taken the lead. Villarreal will roll out right. He'll look. He'll have a man, and that is good. And that is Andrew Puckett on the reception for 26 seconds to go in the first half. Bonner Springs leads it now 20-14. Oddly enough, that is the final score the last time these two teams played back in 2001. We'll keep it right here. Bonner Springs has some good skill players out there, and they have a number of them. Halftime score, KOFO Game of the Week. Northern Heights leads Linden by 7-6. Let's see if Bonner Springs will do another ground ball or a pooch kick here. Aola and Baldwin at the half. Panthers lead the Bulldogs 28-0. Lawson will kick it off. And he'll ground it, and it'll be smothered by the Cyclones at the 48-yard line. That's not a good idea by Bonner Springs at all. James Burton made the recovery, and now Ottawa with still one timeout remaining and 46 seconds to go. Wellsville has scored again. Their lead over Ward 38-0. Empty backfield. Let's see. There's a couple linebackers showing blitz here. Allen will on the quarterback draw. He'll be hit at the line of scrimmage, fights his way to the 50, and is stopped there. Boy, had he gotten past the initial hit, I think he had some good running room, and it was a good play call. 2nd down and 8 as the clock runs to 30 seconds. Allen hands it off. It's White. White to the 45. Stops the clock with 12. No, check that. Clock continues to run. And now Ottawa will use its final timeout with 10 seconds to go before half. We'll take the timeout with them. Bonner Springs leads Ottawa 20-14. And we're back in 30 seconds. This is Cyclone Football on KOFO.
And we're back. One more round, Cindy, and you win.
I'm ready.
Name a bank with at least 250 locations.
Arvest Bank.
Yes. Name a bank with longer hours and award-winning service.
Arvest.
Yes, they can give you a mortgage, credit card, or loan.
Arvest.
Has a free blue checking account you can open online.
Arvest.
And has an online switch kit.
Arvest Bank.
That is correct. You're a winner.
You can be a winner, too, when you open a free blue checking at Arvest Bank. Go to arvest.com/switch or visit a friendly nearby associate. Equal housing lender.
So Ottawa stops the clock with 10 seconds to go in the half. It looks like they may try one play here, maybe a Hail Mary. At the K tonight, Cleveland Indians lead the Royals 1-0, that game in the bottom half of the third. Tomorrow afternoon, it's Ottawa University football from Braves Field, Ottawa and the Tabor Blue Jays. 12 o'clock pregame, 1 o'clock kickoff right here on KOFO. Third down and 3. Allen looks to throw, rolls away from pressure, now sets up, throws a deep ball downfield. The pass is going to be intercepted. And then picked up by Brandon Carlson, and he goes into the end zone, and is it a touchdown, Ottawa? Or is it Chad Bones? We'll have to check to see the number. But the pass was intercepted and then fumbled, and Bones, I believe it was Bones, we'll take a look. Oh, what a wild play. Cyclones have tied it up with no time on the clock. We still don't know who got the touchdown. Don't know if it was either Bones or Carlson. It was Carlson. Carlson was the intended receiver on the pass play. The pass was intercepted, and then the Bonner Springs player fumbled the football. Carlson picked it up and went into the end zone as time ran out. It was Bones? Okay, it was Chad Bones on the recovery and the touchdown. Now he'll try the extra point to give the Cyclones the lead. Kick is up, and the kick is good. No time left here in the first half of play. The score is Ottawa 21 and Bonner Springs 20. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. You're listening to Cyclone Football on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
No matter the brand, Adamson Brothers can prepare your AC for the hot summer months ahead. Call them today at 785-242-9273. Adamson Brothers, maintaining your comfort for over 30 years.
Ask any coach. Wishing for a good game is not the best game plan. At home, wishing your carpet and furniture were clean isn't much of a game plan either. Stop wishing. Let Super Stan be your cleaning man. Super Stan's cleaning service at 418-2463. Stan's been making life clean, fresh, and more enjoyable for your friends and neighbors for over 40 years. Kids, pets, unexpected visits from relatives, they all can take a toll on your carpet. Live life clean and fresh. Call Super Stan's cleaning service today at 418-2463. Let Stan be your cleaning man. 418-2463.
At State Farm, our goal is to help people manage the risks of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and realize their dreams. This is State Farm Agent Keith King in Ottawa. Let me help you protect what's most important to you. Give my office a call at 785-242-9435 or stop by at 111 South Main Street in Ottawa.
With the perfect Vera Bradley purse, anything is possible. Now you can discover a variety of fabrications, streetwise silhouettes, beautiful jewelry, luggage, and accessories at Sutton's Jewelry. You'll find newly released designer and functional bags with fashionable and seasonal designs. Get excited about the new line of KU and K-State patterns. Vera Bradley is a leader in the latest trending handbags, luggage, and jewelry with styles that are sure to make a fashion statement. Sutton's Jewelry and Vera Bradley. Find them at 207 South Main, downtown Ottawa.
Flintstones, meet the Flintstones. They're the Montessori family.
No matter how modern your family might be, if you're pedaling around bedrock in a gas engine vehicle, you're living in the past.
Meet George Jetson.
The era of the electric vehicle has arrived. With instant acceleration, electric cars are more fun to drive and more affordable than ever. Electric cars are here. Plug in to the present. Learn more at plugintothepresent.com. Sponsored by Volkswagen Group of America.
Well, a wild first half ends in a wild fashion as the Cyclones get a touchdown as time runs out. Ottawa with 10 seconds left on the clock, and Jackson Allen threw the ball downfield. Bonner Springs intercepted the pass, but then Brandon Carlson was able to, Chad Bones was able to apparently strip the football. He picked it up and ran it into the end zone. Then Bones added the extra point, and Ottawa leads here at halftime by the score of 21-20. The Cyclones led early, 14-0. Early in the second period, but then Bonner Springs with 20 unanswered points for the late Cyclone touchdown. Ottawa got on the board first after a Dadrian Aho interception took them down to the 10-yard line. It was Jackson Allen on a 3-yard run, with Bones adding the extra point to make it 7-0. Then the Cyclones went 2 plays, 59 yards after a poor Bonner Springs punt. Xavion Bethe with an 8-yard run after he broke the first one off for 51 yards. And Cyclones led after the Bones extra point 14-0 with just 8 seconds off the clock in the second period. But then Bonner Springs came back quickly. They scored on a 70-yard drive, Villarreal to Ethan Byers for 28 yards. Byers was wide open in the end zone for the score. The kick was blocked to make it 14-6. Then after Bonner Springs recovered and Elias White fumble, they went 39 yards to pay dirt. Villarreal found Keon Thomas 10 yards out. The pass for 2 failed, and with 4:01 left to play in the second period, it was 14-12. Bonner Springs got the ball back after Ottawa failed on downs, electing to do that instead of punting the ball and pinning them deep. And it was a hook and ladder play with A.J. Watson on the lateral covering 61 yards for the score. And then Villarreal found Andrew Puckett for the two-point conversion. That made it 20-14. And then, of course, as we mentioned, that wild play to end the first half as Bones, we're going to have it at about 14 yards, I think, on the fumble recovery after the pass was intercepted. And then Bones got the ball back on the fumble and went into the end zone, added the extra point as time expired. And 21-20 is the halftime score. We'll send it back to the station for a 2-minute break and then have a report from the KOFO newsroom. Again, Ottawa leads Bonner Springs here at the half, 21-20, and this is Cyclone football on KOFO.
Hi, this is Margie Hindeleiter from Bank Midwest. You'll often hear us say, this is where common sense lives. That means doing the little things, like knowing your name. And it means supporting Ottawa High School. That should be common sense for how a bank does business. Bank Midwest, where common sense lives.
Ottawa High School staff and faculty, along with the administration of USD 290, are proud of their student athletes, not only for their accomplishments during competition, but how they conduct themselves as members of the community. Good luck, and go Cyclones.
Quality Structures Incorporated in Richmond is proud to sponsor this KOFO sports broadcast. They know that experience matters on the field and when it comes to your building needs. Visit qualitystructures.com and put their years of experience in constructing post-frame buildings to work for you.
The fun doesn't slow down this fall at the Ottawa Recreation Commission. Whether you are youth or adult, we have some things for you. Sign-ups are happening now for youth volleyball and the Fall Basketball Academy. We're also hosting the 55 and over Monster Bash Halloween Dance on Saturday, October 20th at 4 p.m. And finally, learn how to quilt or just practice your technique. It's a great social opportunity here at the Ottawa Recreation Commission. Come join us at the Gower Building at 15th and Ash or call us at 785-242-1939. Ottawa Recreation Commission, bringing recreation to life.
If you have basic construction skills, can operate motorized equipment, and a valid driver's license, the City of Ottawa is recruiting for the position of Labor Maintenance Worker 1. Complete an application online at hrepartners.com. For more information, visit City of Ottawa, Kansas Municipal Government on Facebook or their website, ottawaks.gov.
Eric Price and his staff at the Lamb Roberts Funeral Homes are proud to sponsor this KOFO sports broadcast and honored to help so many families in the community with compassionate care when it's needed most. Lamb Roberts Funeral Home, Ottawa, Baldwin City, and Overbrook.
To protect your family and plan for your financial future, get to know your Modern Woodman agent.
Hello, I'm Dale Pearson, your Modern Woodman agent in Ottawa, Kansas. Call me today at 242-6566.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
It's time. It's halftime, and I'm Sam White in the KOFO newsroom with this hour's top stories. The statewide silver alert has been canceled. 91-year-old Velma Anthony, located in rural Kiowa County. She had been missing from the Great Bend area, and the concern was she may be disoriented and confused. The Great Bend police are grateful for the public's help in finding Anthony and feel good knowing there are so many people in Kansas willing to help those in need, including law enforcement. The Miami County Extension Office is mad about ag. That's the theme for their annual Ag Day this year for the Miami County fourth graders. The event will bring all fourth graders in the county schools to the Paola Fairgrounds for demonstrations on a variety of ag-related issues. Miami County Extension Agent Caitlin Barthol says a surprising number of kids don't know where their food comes from, and one of her favorite demonstrations is from the Southwest Dairy Trailer that shows kids how to milk a cow.
It's really, really cool to see their faces, to watch their faces when they're seeing this dairy cow get milked, and they're like, oh my gosh, that's where our milk comes from. That's where our chocolate milk comes from, and butter, and all the dairy products. It is really fun to watch their faces and them put two to two together, and it's like, no, it's not from the grocery store. There's actually a whole step and process before that.
The Mad for Ag Day will be held on Tuesday from 9 in the morning until 2 in the afternoon at the Miami County Fairgrounds in Paola and feature demonstrations on farm safety, 4-H livestock projects, and much, much more. Your exclusive KOFO Weather Center forecast. Tonight, a 70% chance of showers before 10 this evening for the remainder of your football game. Then a chance of showers and thunderstorms after 10, overcast with a low of 47. Tomorrow, a 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms before 10 tomorrow morning. Then a chance of showers between 10 and 1 tomorrow afternoon, overcast, the high of 69. Tomorrow night, overcast, the low of 61. Sunday, partly sunny, the high 82. To round out your weekend, partly clear with a low of 65. Your extended forecast going into Monday of next week at 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms after 1 Monday afternoon, mostly sunny, the high of 83. Monday night, partly clear with a low of 64. Tuesday, mostly sunny, the high of 84. Tuesday night, partly clear, the low of 69. Wednesday, mostly sunny and breezy with the high of 85. I'm Sam White, KOFO News.
At State Farm, our goal is to help people manage the risks of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and realize their dreams. This is State Farm Agent Keith King in Ottawa. Let me help you protect what's most important to you. Give my office a call at 785-242-9435 or stop by at 111 South Main Street in Ottawa.
The fun doesn't slow down this fall at the Ottawa Recreation Commission. Whether you are youth or adult, we have some things for you. Sign-ups are happening now for youth volleyball and the Fall Basketball Academy. We're also hosting the 55 and over Monster Bash Halloween Dance on Saturday, October 20th at 4 p.m. And finally, learn how to quilt or just practice your technique. It's a great social opportunity here at the Ottawa Recreation Commission. Come join us at the Gower Building at 15th and Ash or call us at 785-242-1939. Ottawa Recreation Commission, bringing recreation to life.
Ottawa High School staff and faculty, along with the administration of USD 290, are proud of their student athletes, not only for their accomplishments during competition, but how they conduct themselves as members of the community. Good luck. And go Cyclones.
If you have basic construction skills, can operate motorized equipment, and a valid driver's license, the City of Ottawa is recruiting for the position of Labor Maintenance Worker 1. Complete an application online at hrepartners.com. For more information, visit City of Ottawa, Kansas Municipal Government on Facebook or their website, ottawaks.gov.
Bones Transportation has been a family-owned and operated trucking company in Ottawa for over 50 years and a longtime supporter of Ottawa Cyclone Athletics. They wish the Cyclone football team the best of luck this season. Bones Transportation in South Ottawa.
Ottawa Family Physicians remind you that the Ottawa Care Clinic at Cosentino's Price Chopper is staffed by registered nurse practitioners treating minor illnesses as well as providing school and camp physicals. No appointment necessary. The Ottawa Care Clinic inside Cosentino's. Call 785-214-4903.
Taking the time to check a few things on your vehicle now can save time later. Lights, signals, and wipers are in working order and your fluids are full. This reminder is from CarStar Ottawa, keeping you safe on the road. Call 242-8916. CarStar. Relax. We'll take it from here.
Back here at Bonner Springs High School at David James Field, it is homecoming here, and we have homecoming festivities going on at this time. We may end up having a little bit of an elongated half here before it's all said and done, as there's about 4.5 minutes still left on the clock, and of course then that 3-minute time frame where the players are supposed to do their stretching prior to the second half. It's 21-20, and it was a wild first half of play here from Bonner Springs. Let's take a look at the Ottawa High School sports calendar for the week, starting with volleyball, who is going to be at home quite a bit this week. First of all, they host their own invitational tournament tomorrow at OHS. They then will play against Tonganoxie on Tuesday the 2nd at home, and host a triangular with Ward and Sumner coming up on Thursday. Cross country will run tomorrow at the Baldwin Invitational, and Thursday they will also be running this time at the Lewisburg Invitational cross country meet. Girls tennis has a round robin at Topeka West tomorrow, and then soccer, boys soccer, has matches at home against Bonner Springs on Tuesday, on the road at Tonganoxie on Thursday. The OU sports calendar looks like this. Football tomorrow, of course, against Tabor. Let's tell you just a little bit about that one. Blue Jays will come to town. It's a 1 o'clock kickoff and a 12 o'clock pregame with Bob Johnson here on KOFO. And the Braves 3-1 on the season, looking to take the measure of the Blue Jays and get back in the winning column after last week's tough game at Kansas Wesleyan. So be sure to listen for that one tomorrow It is a 1 o'clock kickoff and a 12 o'clock pregame right here on 1220 and 103.7 FM. Women's volleyball played today. We know that they were beaten by number 4 Lindsey Wilson in 3 sets. They were also supposed to take on Missouri Baptist. I have not seen any indication on that one. Wednesday they will be on the road in KCAC play against McPherson. Then they travel to Stevens College for a non-conference match on Thursday. Soccer plays at home tomorrow evening. Women and the men taking on McPherson. And then Tuesday they are on the road, and they will travel to Friends for girls and boys matches. 21-20 the score here at halftime. We'll take a 2-minute break. Be back with more. You're listening to Cyclone Football on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
The fun doesn't slow down this fall at the Ottawa Recreation Commission. Whether you are youth or adult, we have some things for you. Sign-ups are happening now for youth volleyball and the Fall Basketball Academy. We're also hosting the 55 and over Monster Bash Halloween Dance on Saturday, October 20th at 4 p.m. And finally, learn how to quilt or just practice your technique. It's a great social opportunity here at the Ottawa Recreation Commission. Come join us at the Gower Building at 15th and Ash or call us at 785-242-1939. Ottawa Recreation Commission, bringing recreation to life.
At State Farm, our goal is to help people manage the risks of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and realize their dreams. This is State Farm Agent Keith King in Ottawa. Let me help you protect what's most important to you. Give my office a call at 785-242-9435 or stop by at 111 South Main Street in Ottawa.
Hi, this is Margie Hindeleiter from Bank Midwest. You'll often hear us say, this is where common sense lives. That means doing the little things, like knowing your name. And it means supporting Ottawa High School. That should be common sense for how a bank does business. Bank Midwest, where common sense lives.
I came here to run cross country and it ended up being way different than I thought it was going to be. It's unlike anything I've ever been a part of to be on the team. Everyone is so completely different. There are people you never thought you'd be friends with, nothing like your outside friends, but somehow you all click to be the same and have the same interests but yet completely different. Everyone's always there for you. It's not just about running. Friendships and families like they're your siblings when you're away from home. That's what it means to be a part of the Braves cross country and track team. To be a family.
Be a Brave. Visit ottawa.edu.
If you have basic construction skills, can operate motorized equipment, and a valid driver's license, the City of Ottawa is recruiting for the position of Labor Maintenance Worker 1. Complete an application online at hrepartners.com. For more information, visit City of Ottawa, Kansas Municipal Government on Facebook or their website, ottawaks.gov.
Both teams out on the field here for stretching before the second half of play. Ottawa will get the football after winning the toss and deferring to the second half. To give you some score updates, we have halftime scores. Wellsville shutting out Ward 54-0 at the half. McLouth was leading West Franklin 14-8 at the half. Last score we had on Silver Lake and Central Heights was a late second quarter score, and the Eagles were all over the Vikings 35-0. Also, Osage City at halftime, 50-0 over Oskaloosa. Iola was beating Osawatomie at halftime, 28-0. It was Piper and Tonganoxie. That was a first quarter score. The last thing we had on them, they were tied up 7 apiece. In the third, Perry Lecompton now leads Santa Fe Trail 20-6. At half, DeSoto 24, Spring Hill 0. Girard continues to lead Anderson County 29-14. That game's in the third. At halftime, Lewisburg was shutting out Eudora 27-0, and Northern Heights 7, Linden 6 in our KOFO game of the week. Luke Queen is over at Linden tonight, bringing you that one on KOFO.com. Royals and the Indians were tied up, or rather, I'm sorry, it was 1-0 Cleveland. That game in the top of the fifth now. Other games involving the pennant races, a couple of very important games. The Brewers leading the Tigers 4-3. That game in the bottom of the fourth inning, Milwaukee looking to get into the postseason, and they would clinch at least a tie for a spot with a win tonight, as St. Louis was beaten by the Cubs earlier today. The Rockies have a 1-0 lead over the Nationals in the fourth. Colorado has a one-game lead over Los Angeles, and the Dodgers play later on tonight at San Francisco. So that's some important Major League Baseball action. And of course, we'll have the Royals and the Indians tomorrow evening for you here on KOFO. here, 21-20. Again, scoring going like this. Jackson Allen on a 3-yard run. Chavion Bethe scoring from 8 yards out. Ottawa led 14-0 early second period, but then Bonner Springs got a 28-yard pass play from Noah Villarreal to Ethan Byers. Villarreal connected with Keon Thomas on a 10-yard touchdown pass, and then on a hook and ladder play, A.J. Watson took it in 61 yards for the score. But on the last play of the first half, it was an interception by Thomas, and he then was stripped of the football by Chad Bones, and Bones scored, kicked the extra point, and Ottawa leads here by 1, 21-20, as we get set for the third quarter of play. Paola leading Baldwin 35-0 halfway through the third period. Check to see if we have any other scores to report. Don't forget, we'll have the high school football scoreboard show tonight at 10 o'clock right here on KOFO. Next week, Ottawa is back at home. They'll take on the Eudora Cardinals. Kickoff scheduled for 7 o'clock with the pregame at 6:40 right here on 1220 and 103.7 FM. Don't forget the Cam Kessinger Show each Tuesday night, live from our Pizza Time studio downtown Ottawa. Coach Kessinger will talk about the Tabor Blue Jays game this coming Tuesday, preview the upcoming week's game with Bob Johnson. That's each Tuesday night following the 7 o'clock news, Kent Kessinger Show on KOFO. So again, the final stretching being done here by these teams. The halftime festivities did get done before the clock ran out, but I don't think they had quite enough time to get all that stretching in, so a little bit of extra time being given by the officials. We did not have what we see quite often in a halftime or a homecoming situation where we had 20-minute halftime. Instead, this was a 15-minute. Northern Heights has scored again in the third period. They lead Linden now 14-6. So the Cyclones will get the football first. They will move right to left here in the third quarter. Flag appears to be blowing, favoring the team moving right to left just a little bit. That's mostly a crosswind tonight. Actually, Ottawa is going to change directions. They're going to be taking this kickoff on the south side, moving left to right. West Franklin's taken the lead on McLeod. Falcons lead after a 2-yard touchdown run by Braden Singer. 16-14 the score in that one. So Lawson Nolan will kick it off. He has kicked a bunch of short kicks, line drive kicks, or pooch kicks here so far tonight. The Cyclones need to be alive for just about anything here. Deet, Arbithe, and Carlson. This is another ground ball kick. Burton lost it. The ball's on the ground, and I think the Cyclones got it back. That took kind of a funny hop at the tail end. Burton looked like he had it all the way, but did manage to cover it. The Cyclones will have great field position to start the drive at their own 46. Jackson Allen's gone all the way at quarterback. This time the running back is Elias White. 2 receivers to the near side of the field. And a fumble on the handoff. Bonner Springs has got it. Allen did not know if he wanted to hand that ball off or keep it himself, and it popped free. And the advantage you have from getting that second half kickoff has been negated. And now Bonner Springs has great field position at the Cyclone 46. Third turnover of the night on Ottawa. That matches the total for Bonner Springs. Handoff goes to Crone. Nice hole left side, 40. Crone on his feet to the 35 and is out of bounds at the 31. So 15 yards on the carry, and Bonner has something going here. Now, a new man in the backfield is David Holt. He'll get the carry up the middle, crosses the 30 down to the 26. That's a pickup of 5. Then Cubison made the tackle. This time, Jaden Robinson is in the backfield with Villarreal. And he'll get the carry on the quick hitter off the left side. He crosses the 25 down to about the 23. Shy of the first down by 2. It'll be third down and a couple. 11-11 to play in the third period. Ottawa leads 21-20, but Bonner Springs driving. Low handoff to Crone. Crone cuts it left and gets the first down to around the 16. Elias White made the tackle, but enough for a first down. That was Holt actually on that carry. He's in the backfield now to the right of the quarterback on 1st and 10. Holt again, left guard, gets it down to about the 9. The Bonner Springs line is handling the Cyclones right now. That's a gain of about 7. Let's call it 6. Second down and a short 4. Keeping is Villarreal. Stiff arms a man. He's inside the 5 and wrestled to the ground at the 4, maybe the 3. So first and goal for Bonner Springs at the 4-yard line, 1st and goal. Now Crone is back in. He'll get the handoff off the right side. He fights forward. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bonner Springs. So Bonner's retaken the lead, taking advantage of the Cyclone turnover. They will go for 2 here. In motion comes Watson, rolling right as Villarreal. He'll look, throw back the other way, wide open, and the 2-point conversion to Ethan Byers. So there's timeout on the field. With 10:10 to play third period, Bonner Springs now leads Ottawa 28-21. And we'll have the kickoff for you in 30 seconds. This is Cyclone football on KOFO.
Have you seen the Coliseum in Rome? Kind of crumbly looking, isn't it? That's because it wasn't built by C.S. Cunningham Concrete. In fact, if C.S. Cunningham had been around back then, the Leaning Tower of Pisa would simply be known as the Tower of Pisa. No lean. That's because C.S. Cunningham Concrete does it right, with fully trained and licensed workers. If they'd built the London Bridge, there'd be no song about it falling down. Commercial, residential, concrete. C.S. Cunningham, 785-242-7101.
46-yard drive after the fumble recovery. And Bonner Springs has retaken the lead 28-21 after the 2-point conversion was good. Soto has scored again on Spring Hill to lead the Broncos 31-0. See if they go with that ground ball kickoff again. grounded, and the Cyclones have trouble with it. Scramble for the football, and the Braves got it. David Holt with the recovery of the onside kick, and the Cyclones continue to struggle with those short kickoffs. Well, that's demoralizing. Now the Cyclone defense needs to step up here. Thrown to the left to the quarterback. He'll get the carry off the right side. He's got some running room. He's down near the Cyclone 35. Picks up about 8 on the play. Into 3 quarters, Girard leads Anderson County 29-14. Hale has scored again, 42-0 on top of Baldwin tonight. Holt's in the backfield now on second down and a short 3. Low snap, but the handoff goes to Holt. Holt lost the football, and the Cyclones tried to pick it up, and now there's a scramble for it. Ottawa got it. And a big break for the Cyclones, but the first man tried to pick it up and run with it instead of just falling on it. So the fumble recovery gives Ottawa the ball back at their own 16. Iola leads Osawatomie at the end of 3, 42-7. On 1st and 10 Cyclones. Handoff going to Bethea, and he has nothing, loses a yard on the play. And again, Ottawa having trouble on the exchange between the quarterback and the running back. Second down, 11. Silver Lake now leads Central Heights 62-0. That game at Silver Lake tonight. Keeping is Allen. He's smothered in the backfield. He loses a couple more. Maybe that was an inside handoff to White. We'll have to check and see. Third down and about 13. Throw out in the flat is too low. Thrown into the ground and incomplete, intended for Aho. That is not a throw that Jackson Allen makes well. The Cyclones can't take advantage of the turnover, and they'll have to kick it away. Deep man standing at the Cyclone 45 here. Kick on the way, a high kick. It hits a Bonner Springs player. It's on the ground, and the Cyclones have recovered. I believe that was Aaron Doran on the recovery. The Cyclones get the football right back offensively. That is the 5th turnover on Bonner Springs this evening. Looks like Elias White is in at quarterback now. But White is at quarterback. Bethe is the running back. 1st and 10, twin receivers to each side of the field. And a whistle and a penalty flag. False start on Ottawa. Another touchdown for Perry Lecompton. The Cause now leads Santa Fe Trail 28-6. First and 15 Cyclones. White drops, rolls, looks, and the pass is incomplete. He was trying to get it downfield toward Bueno, but was hit as he threw. It'll be 2nd down, 15. Osage City leads Oskaloosa 56-0 at the end of 3. Bethe on the handoff up the middle, fights his way forward across the 25 to the 27-yard line, where it'll now be 3rd down and 12. Spring Hill got on the board against DeSoto, now 31-6 Wildcats. Girard has scored again. Their lead now 21 over Anderson County, 35-14. Game in the 4th period. 3rd down 11. White steps up, throws a pass downfield. Pass is tipped and nearly intercepted. It was intended for Bones. Bones went up there along with Najon Porter. The ball up in the air, but finally fell incomplete. Cyclones will kick it on 4th and 11. Cameron Reynolds off the side of his foot, short kick. Hits, takes a sideways roll, and will be downed at the 40. That is only an 11-yard kick. Kicking into the wind to some extent, but it was not a good boot. So short field for Bonner Springs. The Cyclone defense needs to step up right here. Bonner leads at 28-21. You're under 7 minutes to go in the 3rd period. Ten o'clock tonight is the high school football scoreboard show on KOFO. Villarreal out of the shotgun. Has Crone next to him. Low snap. Crone gets the handoff, hits the line of scrimmage, breaks tackles. He's to the 30. He's to the 25 and down inside the 20. Ottawa had him bottled up in the backfield, didn't hang on, and Crone breaks it for 22 yards. Rays in the red zone now, 1st and 10 inside the 20. Hope, the running back. He'll get the handoff, cuts it to the outside. Flag is thrown. This one's going to come back. Another penalty flag down. Holt got it down inside the 15, but this play will come back. Holding on the Braves. Another score for Osawatomie, but too little, too late for the Trojans. They trail Iola 42-13. From the spot of the foul, the 10-yard mark-off pushes it back to the 29. First down and 20 now. In motion, Robinson. Keeping on the quarterback draw is Villarreal. Gets it inside the 25 to the 21. And on the stop, Burton and Aho. Gain on the play of 8, second down 12. Crone straight up the middle. And Crone gets it down inside the 15-yard line before he's brought down, bringing up a third down about 3. Fourth quarter score, Northern Heights 21, Linden 6 on our KOFO game of the week. Third down, 3 to go. Tonganoxie leads Piper 14-7. The game down the road just a piece at Tonganoxie tonight. Villarreal looking over to the sidelines, and Bonner Springs has got to burn a timeout. Timeout will come with 5:19 to play third period. Score, Bonner Springs 28, Ottawa 21, and we'll be back in 30 seconds. This is Cyclone Football on KOFO.
At State Farm, our goal is to help people manage the risks of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and realize their dreams. This is State Farm Agent Keith King in Ottawa. Let me help you protect what's most important to you. Give my office a call at 785-242-9435 or stop by at 111 South Main Street in Ottawa.
This is Craig Dingle of Dingle & Son Mortuary. Pre-arrangements make the difference of a family that is stressed and a family that is free to grieve, to celebrate a life. Consider making your pre-arrangements to lift the burden.
Dingle & Son Mortuary, 785-242-2323.
Big play coming up right here. Third down and a long 3 for Bonner Springs as they lead by 7 here. Cyclones have not been able to stop the running game of the Braves here in this third quarter so far. Villarreal has 2 backs in front of him, so more than likely he's going to get the call himself right here. He rolls left with a run-pass option, being chased, throws in the flat, the pass is overthrown. It was intended for Puckett. Bones had the coverage, and it'll be 4th down and 3. Crone will come back into the lineup. West Franklin now leads McLeod 24-20. That game has 8.5 minutes to go. 4th down 3. Again rolling left. Villarreal under pressure, throws it on the flat, it's knocked away. Fine play once again by Chad Bones on the defense, and over on downs. Let's see if the Cyclones can move the football. Anderson County has scored to make that game 35-21 Girard. Time running out on the Bulldogs. White on 1st and 10. Keeps it himself and is hit after he gets back near the line of scrimmage. Second down 10. Another score for Spring Hill, but again, too little too late. Broncos trailed DeSoto 31-12. Still a lot of time in this one. 4:38 to play third period. Cyclones down by 7. Carlson lone man to the left. Trip receivers right. White hands off to Bethay, and Bethay nothing. Cyclone offensive line was opening some holes in the first half, but boy, they haven't done much of anything here in the second half. That's a loss of a yard, and it'll be 3rd down and 11. Third down 11. And a whistle. Timeout Cyclones.
Down this fall at the Ottawa Recreation Commission. Whether you are youth or adult, we have some things for you. Sign-ups are happening now for youth volleyball Basketball Academy. We're also hosting the 55 and over Monster Bash Halloween Dance on Saturday, October 20th at 4 p.m. And finally, learn how to quilt or just practice your technique. It's a great social opportunity here at the Ottawa Recreation Commission. Come join us at the Gottlieb Building at 15th and Ash or call us at 785-242-1939. Ottawa Recreation Commission, bringing recreation to life.
Ottawa faced with a third down 11 at their own 13-yard line. Used the first time out of the second half. Elias White in at quarterback. Xavi Bithé is behind him. White to throw across the middle, has his man, actually 4th and 4. They mark him at the 19. Ottawa comes up in an offensive set. And it'll be downed immediately by Aho, but at the 44 of Ottawa, so another great field position situation for Bonner Springs with 2:52 to play in the third. Raised offense back out on the field. They'll send trip receivers right, single man left. Handoff to Crono. Yeah, Crone got the handoff, and he was smothered. Good play there by Tucker Mace. He broke through and dropped Crone for about a yard loss. Holt now the running back to the right of Villarreal. Back to throw. Steps up, rolls right, throws deep down the field. That pass is going to be incomplete. Intended for Watson. Bones had the coverage, and 4th down. Let's see if the Braves will punt it. They'll come up in an offensive set. They may do the same thing that the Cyclones just did. 4th down 11. Flag down. That'll be a false start, I believe. The false start against Bonner Springs pushes it back near midfield. Paola wins their homecoming game tonight against Baldwin, 42-0. Panthers remain unbeaten. Osage City has beaten Oskaloosa tonight. That's final 56-0. 3rd down now in 16. Villarreal will throw out in the flat, and incomplete. The pass to Byers looks like they were going to try that hook and ladder again. And they give Ottawa great field position at midfield. Silver Lake has scored again against Central Heights. They lead the Vikings 69-0. Now, Cyclones with an opportunity here. Soto now leading Spring Hill 38-12. Drew Wiggins is in as a wingback. They'll hand it off to Aho on the wingback reverse. Aho pushes the pile forward, did it all on his own second effort, gets it into Bonner Springs territory and gains about 3 yards. Well, Ottawa hanging around in this football game, despite the fact that Bonner Springs' line, both offensive and defensive, has pretty much controlled this second half. Bone splits wide to the left. Wiggins also goes that way. On second down, fumble on the exchange between the quarterback and the running back. Mike White was able to cover it up back at the 50. Now 3rd down 9. And a 10 to go third period. Bonner Springs on top of Ottawa 28-21. Cyclones led at 1 point in this game, 14-0. 3rd down 9. White, straight drop, throws across the middle, a pass is underthrown. Intended for Brandon Carlson. Brings up a 4th down situation. The referee does not have the football marked properly. He's got it back in Ottawa territory, and it really should be just on the other side of the 50-yard line. Now the other official comes up and helps him with that. Cyclones will punt. Cameron Reynolds in punt formation. Back deep is Nashawn Porter. Good snap. Reynolds gets a nice kick away, a floater. Porter will let the ball roll. It's going to roll inside the 10 and be down at about the 7-yard line. So a nice punt there by Reynolds. 43 yards, no return, 39 seconds to go in the quarter. And Bonner Springs will have long field this time to start this drive. Final score, Iola beats Osawatomie tonight, 42-19. Miles coming in from a lot of places. Here, we're not even in the 4th quarter yet. First and 10 Braves. L'Oreal calls his own number off the right guard. He's got some running room and gets about 8, maybe 9 out to the 16. Second down and 2. Clouth has taken the lead against West Franklin, 26-24, 3.5 to go. In motion is Robinson. Again, it's Villarreal on the quick carry, and he's near first down yardage. Temple made the stop. Where did they spot him? It'll be a first down at the 18-yard line. Bonner Springs does not have to run a play after the ball is set, and they will let the 3rd quarter clock run out here. That is the end of the 3rd quarter. The score is Bonner Springs 28, Ottawa 21. Fourth quarter of action in 1 minute. This is Cyclone Football on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
Street construction has finally hit Leon's in downtown Ottawa. We will have blowout specials every day. Last Monday, it was buy any super burrito and get one for $1. These specials will change daily and sometimes twice per day. Keep up with us on Leon's Facebook page or call 242-8227.
Kramer Pharmacy, downtown Ottawa, hopes you're enjoying this KOFO sports broadcast and wishes all the area teams good luck this season. Call Kramer Pharmacy today and ask about their convenient MedSync program that allows you to have all your prescriptions filled at the same time each month. Call 242-2055.
What it means to be an OU Brave is to be yourself. What I've learned here is I've created memories with friends, and I was actually really comfortable being in my own skin here. Everybody has their own personality, and we're all unique here, just trying to live significant lives. And I think I'm going to leave here with an imprint that will last forever and that I can hold on to and look back at and laugh at and see that I not only learned something, but I created friendships and memories that will always stick with me. That's what it means to be brave, to be yourself.
Be a brave. Visit ottawa.edu.
Bonner Springs has the ball 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line as we start the fourth period. Game has seesawed back and forth. Bonner Springs took the lead in the third quarter on a 4-yard run by Bryce Crone. Cyclone defense since that time has bent but not broken, but they need something good to happen here. They have forced 5 Bonner Springs turnovers on the night. Villarreal will hand it off to Crone straight up the middle, and Crone gets it out to around the 23, maybe the 24-yard line. That's a gain of 6 straight up the middle. Coach Rob Hedrick talked about the size of this Bonner Springs line. Holt now the running back. He'll get the call. He's hit at the line of scrimmage, maybe got a yard to the 25. Aho made the tackle. 3rd down and 3. And a big play here for the Cyclone defense. Might look for something with a run-pass option for Villarreal. Trip receivers left. He likes to roll that way. Instead, he's going to hand it off to Crone. Crone has the first down to the 30. He dragged the Cyclones for an extra couple of yards, and he picks up the 1st and 10. Again, the Braves spread the field, 3 men far side. Keeper by Villarreal. Run out of bounds after a couple of yard gain. Like he picked up 3 to the 34. Final score, Perry Lecompton beats Santa Fe Trail tonight 28-6. And it is Crone who breaks a tackle. He breaks into the open. Now it's a foot race. He stumbles, though, and falls at the Cyclone 41, and Ottawa had him in the backfield. Wellsville's lead on Bishop Ward is 62-6. 1st and 10 at the Cyclone 41. Thrown out in the flat. That pass is batted down. Second down 10. Final score from Girard, where the Trojans beat Anderson County tonight 35-21. Villarreal will throw again. He'll throw a deep ball down the sideline. That pass is going to be caught by Keon Thomas, and he goes into the end zone for a touchdown. Brandon Carlson was with him pretty well, but that pass was perfectly thrown by Villarreal. That gives Bonner Springs a 13-point lead with the extra point attempt coming. This time they will kick it. Ball's down, kick is up, and the kick is good. There's timeout on the field with 10:15 to play in the football game, and the score is now Bonner Springs 35, Ottawa High 21. Kickoff in 30 seconds, and you're listening to Cyclone Football on KOFO.
As a small business owner, you make every dollar count. So what could you do with $10? Go to Vistaprint.com today and you'll get 500 high-quality custom business cards for only $9.99. That's less than 2 cents per card. And at Vistaprint, your satisfaction is absolutely guaranteed. So it's never been easier to turn 500 strangers into connections. Just visit Vistaprint.com and use promo code 4343 at checkout. That's Vistaprint.com, promo code 4343.
Sports, information, and entertainment in East Central Kansas. KOFO K279CS Ottawa, where keeping you informed comes first.
You know, that's what the Cyclones did not need right there. It was a 92-yard drive by Bonner Springs, and the final 41 coming on the pass from Villarreal to Thomas. Ottawa has one man back deep now. They've got 9 guys within 10 yards of the 50 as Beluski gets set to kick it off. And a kick is caught by the Cyclone up back. There's a flag down. That was Bones who made the catch. Procedure call against Bonner Springs. They're going to force him to kick it again. Well, Ottawa should, if they don't have an option to decline that penalty, it's not really right. They had great field position at the 50. Looks like the official had blown the whistle before the play ever got started. So Beluski will do it once again. Let's see if she does. I think it's a she. Sydney is with an I here. There's a pooch. Fair catch call for by Dadrian Aho. That's a smart play, and he makes the catch at the Cyclone 49. Well, even though the Cyclones have not moved the football here in the second half, that's still not a very smart play by Bonner Springs, in my opinion. You just don't give the opposing team that kind of field position. And Bonner Springs has done that the entire night. Now, they did recover one of those onside kicks, so you always have that kind of in your back pocket. Like Caleb Kissinger's in now at quarterback. White running back behind him. Kissinger will throw, has a man open. It's Aho. Aho to the 45 of Bonner Springs, and brought down right there after a gain of about 6. Check that, it was Carlson on the catch. You know, I don't know, that may have been Bones even. Kind of hard to tell the numbers sometimes. Second down 3. Hand off to White. White looking for running room, but kind of got tripped up in the backfield and loses a yard back to the 45, where it'll be 3rd and 4. Final score, Lewisburg 34 And Eudora, nothing. Eudora is Ottawa's opponent next week. Kessinger on 3rd and 4, hands it off to White. White fights for the sticks. He's close. It will depend on the spot. They'll spot him just shy of the first down at the 41.5, and the Cyclones are going to need to go for it. 8:45 to go. Cyclones down 35-21. Fourth down, less than a yard. Handoff goes to White, who's stacked up in the backfield. The Braves will take over on downs. A chance to put even a bigger dent in this ball game. DeSoto beat Spring Hill tonight, 38-12. Bonner Springs ball at the Braves 43. Handoff goes to Holt, and Holt has nothing. Still fighting, but just barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Linden has scored to make that game 21-12. They missed the two-point conversion, which was important. Still a two-score game in that one. Second down carry, and this time it's Crone, and finally dragged down as he gets to the 40-yard line of Ottawa. Bryce Crone has had the big game here. And the chains will move. 7:45 to play. Prairie View beat Burlington tonight, 28-0. Good win for the Buffaloes. Holt gets the pass out in the flat, dropped by Watson. They faked into the line, tried the little pass out in the flat, but Watson just dropped it. Second down 10. Rolling out right is Villarreal. Now he'll reverse his field. He's under pressure, and he'll be run out of bounds by Chase Hempel all the way back at the Bonner Springs 44. That's a 16-yard loss. Third down now and 26. The clock stops as Villarreal went out of bounds. 7:15 to play. Crone's going to come back into the ball game, and if you don't think he's going to get the football here, you got another thing coming. They might throw it. Why would you take that chance? It's Villarreal keeping, and he's upended as he crosses the 50-yard line on a nice tackle by Bethe. So fourth down and 19. No indication that Bonner will punt. Now Jonathan Tapia comes in. Tapia looks like he would kick it. Ottawa does have a man back deep. He does. End over end kick. They'll take a Bonner Springs roll inside the 20 and roll out of bounds at the 16. And the Cyclones will have it with 6:21 to go, trailing by 14. Final score tonight, McLeod upends West Franklin 26-24. Falcons are now 2-3 on the season. Another touchdown for Tonganoxie. They are leading Piper 21-7. On first down, pass over the middle, dropped. Kessinger's pass was there, but Bueno couldn't hang on to it. Second down 10. Here's an interesting score for you if you follow Kansas City football. Rockhurst and Bishop Miege tonight, and the Hawklets beating the Stags 14-13. Second down 10. Handoff on the reverse. Out across the 20 to about the 22. Goes Xavion Bethe. He picks up 6. It'll be third down 4. Clock is running. We're inside 6 minutes to go. Cyclones down 35-21. Carlson comes this way as a receiver. Otherwise, the formation is relatively tight. Now, Aho in motion right. Handoff goes to White, and White does not get the first down. Just barely gets back to the line of scrimmage, and now in fourth down situation, I imagine the Cyclones will have to go for it. Fourth down, and we'll call it a short 4. Actually, it's 3. Kessinger out of the shotgun. Throws, and a pass is intercepted. The pass really wasn't anywhere near his intended receiver and was intercepted out there and returned to the 28-yard line by, I believe, Isaac Lute. Fourth Cyclone turnover. So now Bonner Springs with a short field, and they can put this one away. Final score from Silver Lake. The Eagles beat the Central Heights Vikings tonight 75-0. (35-21) Bonner Springs here. Crone gets a handoff, breaks tackles, and finally grabbed by the uniform by Chad Bones and dragged to the ground at the 20 after a gain of 9. Crone's well over 100 yards on the night. He is just a junior. Again, be hit in the backfield and breaks that tackle, breaks another one, tries to bounce to the outside and does. He's inside the 15, now cuts it back again and gets it all the way down to about the 2-yard line. They're going to spot him at the 1, first and goal. Inside 4 minutes to go. First and goal, Bonner Springs. Crone off the right guard, and he bounces off and gets into the end zone for a touchdown. Now 41-21 ball game with the extra point attempt coming up. Sydney Beluski, who, by the way, is a female kicker. She is a senior, listed in the program at 4'8", 113 pounds. Villarreal will hold. And her kick is wide to the left. So the kick is no good. Timeout on the field, 3:45 to go. And the score, Bonner Springs 41, Ottawa 21. We'll be back after this 30-second break. You're listening to Cyclone Football on 1220 and 103.7 FM, KOFO.
If you have frequent heartburn, take control of it with Prilosec OTC. Instead of stashing antacids everywhere, like in your junk drawer, buried under old batteries and hotel pens, or in your purse, hiding in the one pocket you won't check. You even have antacids on your nightstand, which are very hard to see in the dark. It's time you stopped stashing antacids and started taking Prilosec OTC. 1 pill a day, 24 hours, zero heartburn.
It's possible with Prilosec OTC. Use as directed for 14 days, not for immediate relief.
Cyclones now trail by 20 with 3:45 to go as Beluski will kick it off. Cyclones again will have 9 around the first 10 yards. The requisite 5 on the line and then 4 right behind them. Hooch kick and dropped. That's fallen on by the Cyclones at the 32. Well, things look promising for Ottawa early in the ball game. They got turnovers on the first 2 Bonner Springs possessions, scored on one of them. Went 59 yards on a 2-play drive early second to lead 14-0, but hasn't worked out for the best. Handoff goes to Elias White, and White gets it out to the 35, 2-yard gain. That's Bethay on the carry. Two receivers right, one left. Kessinger drops, throws, overthrows his intended receiver, Bones. Now 3rd down and 8. Linden falls tonight to Northern Heights. Final score 21-12 ruins the Tigers' homecoming. Third and 8 Cyclones. Clock stop with 3:02 to go. Handoff will go to the deep back, and that is White this time, and he picks up the first down across the 44-yard line where he's brought down. Nice run by Elias White. Olathe West picked up its first victory in school history tonight. They beat Shawnee Mission West 40-14. High school football scoreboard show in about a half an hour here on KOFO. 1st and 10. Kester fumbled the snap and goes down for a loss in the backfield. Snap was a little low, but it went right through his hands. That'll be a loss of the play of 5, 2nd and 15 coming up. Tonganoxie has beaten Piper tonight, 21-7. Piper's lost 2 in a row after starting 3-0. Tonganoxie moves to 3-2 on the year. Kessinger, screen pass, and thrown incomplete. Was there somebody there? Bethe was there on the middle screen. Third down, 15. Trip receivers far side. And a pass across the middle is intercepted. Villarreal with the interception. Ball was tipped, and Villarreal came away with the pick. So now Bonner Springs can more than likely run out the clock here. They're going to pick up their second win on the season with a trip to Baldwin next Friday night. Ottawa will drop to 0-5, and they will face the 0-5 Eudora Cardinals next week at Steve Grogan Stadium. New quarterback in, handoff, and nothing doing there for Jaden Robinson, I believe. Yeah, it is Robinson, who did not get back to the line of scrimmage, lost 1 on the play. Second down, 11. Clock inside, 1.5 minutes to go. 41-21, Bonner Springs. Low snap. Keeping is the quarterback, Jonathan Tapia. And Tapia loses yardage back to the 40. Third down and 13 rather. Tapia will hand it off to Robinson once again, and Robinson gets it back to the original line of scrimmage. Fourth down situation. And I think Bonner Springs has to run one more play here. It'll be a homecoming win for the Braves here tonight. They do not have to run that play. And your final here from David James Field. Bonner Springs 41, Ottawa 21. We'll be back to wrap things up in a couple of minutes. You're listening to Cyclone Football on 1220 and 103.7 FM, KOFO.
I just saved hundreds of dollars by switching to Geico. I'm as happy as a clam.
Disclaimer. Geico cannot guarantee you will be, quote, as happy as a clam, unquote. The Geico legal team cannot accurately verify clams even experience the complex human emotional state known as happiness. As an invertebrate mollusk living half submerged on the ocean floor, with no arms, legs, or wireless access, what's there to be happy about? A clam's all like, oh, I'm so happy I didn't get turned into New England clam chowder today, pronounced regionally as chowder. Chowder. Oh, that's so fun to say. What were we talking about again?
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Flintstones, meet the Flintstones, they're the Bonner Stones family.
No matter
matter how modern your family might be, if you're pedaling around bedrock in a gas engine vehicle, you're living in the past.
Meet George Jetson.
The era of the electric vehicle has arrived. With instant acceleration, electric cars are more fun to drive and more affordable than ever. Electric cars are here. Plug in to the present. Learn more at plugintothepresent.com. Sponsored by Volkswagen Group of America.
As a small business owner, you make every dollar count. So what could you do with $10? Go to Vistaprint.com today and you'll get 500 high-quality custom business cards for only $9.99. That's less than 2 cents per card. And at Vistaprint, your satisfaction is absolutely guaranteed. So it's never been easier to turn 500 strangers into connections. Just visit Vistaprint.com and use promo code 4343 at checkout. That's Vistaprint.com, promo code 4343.
If you have frequent heartburn, take control of it with Prilosec OTC. Instead of stashing antacids everywhere, like in your junk drawer, buried under old batteries and hotel pens, or in your purse, hiding in the one pocket you won't check. You even have antacids on your nightstand, which are very hard to see in the dark. It's time you stopped stashing antacids and started taking Prilosec OTC. 1 pill a day, 24 hours, 0 heartburn.
It's possible with Prilosec OTC. Use as directed for 14 days, not for immediate relief.
There was a promising start for the Ottawa Cyclones tonight, but the ending, unfortunately, just like the previous 4 games, as they fall to Bonner Springs here this evening, 41-21. Ottawa jumped out to a 14-0 lead. They scored after a Adrian Aho interception return to the 10-yard line. 3-yard run by quarterback Jackson Allen. Chad Bones tacked on the extra point. Then Ottawa scoring early in the second period, capping off a 59-yard drive. It was Xavi Bethe from 8 yards out. Bones' extra point made it 14-0, but then Bonner Springs ran off 20 unanswered points to take the lead. They scored with 46 seconds to go in the first half. Ottawa had the ball in Braves territory. They had 10 seconds left on the clock and decided to throw it downfield. Pass was intercepted by Majon Porter, but Chad Bones stripped the football and ran it into the end zone for a touchdown as time expired. Bones' extra point after time was out gave Ottawa a 21-20 lead at the half. But the second half belonged to the Braves, and most specifically, I think, to Bryce Crone, who had a couple of touchdown runs. He had a big night running the football. Villarreal, the quarterback, threw 4 touchdown passes, including a hook and lateral late in the first half, and Bonner Springs moves to 2-3, while the Cyclones are now 0-5 on the season. Ottawa is in action a week from tonight. They're back home at Steve Grogan Stadium to take on the Adora Cardinals. Kickoff at 7 o'clock, and the Superstands Cleaning Service pregame show beginning at 6:40 on KOFO. In the final here tonight, Bonner Springs 41, Ottawa 21, and this is Gary Bateman saying so long from David James Field in Bonner Springs.
We hope you enjoyed this broadcast of Ottawa Cyclone football on 103.7 FM, 1220, and KOFO.com. Brought to you by Sutton's Jewelry, Quality Structures Incorporated, Ransom Memorial Health, Modern Woodman Agent Dale Pearson, Ottawa University, and by Lamb Roberts Funeral Home, Superstands Cleaning Service, Kramer Pharmacy, Kansas State Bank, Constantino's Price Chopper. Ottawa Cyclone football on KOFO is also brought to you by the Ottawa Recreation Commission, Adamson Brothers, Dingle & Son Mortuary, Arvest Bank, CarStar, C.S. Cunningham Construction, and by Leon's, the Ottawa Herald, Bank Midwest, the City of Ottawa, State Farm Agent Keith King, also by Ottawa Family Physicians, Bones Transportation, Ottawa High School, and Ottawa Chiropractic Clinic. For more information about our next Ottawa Cyclone football broadcast, visit our website at KOFO.com and listen daily to the KOFO Sports Calendar. This has been an exclusive presentation from your sports source for East Central Kansas, KOFO.
Credit products are issued by WebBank. Rates and terms vary based on credit history. Offer lasts for 90 days from air date. Amazon is not a sponsor of this promotion. Gift card offer valid only for new customers applying for a personal loan. Other restrictions apply. See website for details.
Medical bills.